Now's the time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there. And we've got to lead it.
True internet suffer depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 315 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
Anyways, two guys drinking some beer, talking about what's going on. How was your holiday, man?
This is good. I was at the VFW. I was actually in charge yesterday. Cooked, deep fried 3 turkeys and cooked 2 hams.
All right.
Had 55 people show up for the dinner.
Now, how much was left over?
Not very much.
Oh, there you go. That's good. At least it's not wasting the stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever's leftovers anyway, you take it home and eat it?
We put out to-go containers and it goes out pretty quick. It goes bye-bye.
Yeah, let's be real. Turkey is great for sandwiches after the fact, and ham can make a pretty good sandwich too.
Yep.
My little girls were pretty excited. Bought the wife a new handgun. She was happy to have one.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, she put a picture up right away, didn't she, of the Ruger? She loves the 22, and I'm like, okay, I guess. You know, like it may not have the stopping power of a 40, but I guess if you catch 6 of them to the chest in the same amount of time it takes to fire off 140. But whatever. She got me a hunting blind, like a portable one, which I found interesting because I have one built into my garage. But suppose I can go somewhere else and take it with me, you know? Anyway, we'll get to Christmas stuff. How about some follow-up?
All right.
So there was what, like 315,000 or something votes in Georgia in the 2020 election that are like uncertified, weren't signed and stuff.
Right. And they counted them.
Isn't this exactly what Trump
was
and all these
saying.
guys were saying?
Yeah.
Wasn't this obvious when like there were more votes from Massachusetts than there were registered voters in Massachusetts that something went wrong?
You would think so.
And yeah, you were a nut job for believing any of this because, you know, freest, fairest elections, you can't possibly cheat. Then Trump wins, and obviously he stole the election, right?
Right. Exactly.
And he managed to do it without finding 100,000 ballots after the polls have closed, hidden under a table or being brought in the back door.
Right. Because he said we have to win by such a margin that they can't cheat, you know?
Yeah, so exactly. So you can't even smuggle in your boxes and still win.
Right.
Which makes me think, honestly, if these were all fake ballots, makes you really think that there's way more people that think the left are nuts. I would say there are more people that think the left are nuts than like the Republicans.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the problem. Trump isn't the cause of any of these problems. He's a symptom of the problem. Trump would not be in office had all this shit not happened, and you know that.
Yep.
All right. All right. National Guard came up again. Explain to me how this works, Brian, because it seems to me that each district court judge gets to just make up their own rules about this
That's
stuff.
pretty
There's
much
no
what's
such thing
going
as
on. Yeah.
there's no national precedent.
No. Trump's the first person to ever try this.
Is he now? So he only got away with DC because it was federal.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so if he wanted to deploy the National Guard into the National Forest in West Virginia, he could.
He can do that, yeah.
But they can't go into the
Plus, also,
proper county.
DC's got weird rules because it's not a state, so.
Neither is the National Forest.
Well, yeah, but the DC's ruled by Congress, basically, the House of Representatives.
Yeah. This, speaking of, did we bring up last week? I know we got way off topic a lot. That's what we do when we have the repeat offender on, though, right?
Yep.
I forgot what I was going to say. So that's how that works. Anyway, Bonnie Blue heard 2 things this week. She's that porn slut that did 1,000 men in 12
Yes.
hours and then went and tried to do it in Indonesia at
And
Bali,
got
and they're like,
arrested.
no. Yeah. Now she went to go pay her fine in Indonesia and decided to drag their national flag behind her as she did it.
Did she get locked up again?
Well, not that I saw, but does she know where she is?
No, I don't think she does.
Like, these people talk so much shit about the United States. Like, you don't understand. Like, you can get away with that here. Some of
Yeah.
these countries will execute you for that.
Yeah. I mean, in Singapore,
Even spit.
you can't spit or spit out gum or anything on the ground. You will get caned for it.
Yes, actual caning. Dear, what is that the one they beat you across the back with it or across the
Yeah,
bottoms of your feet?
I think through the back.
Okay. Ugh. But some guy came out, I guess, that was involved in her English affairs when she banged 1,000 dudes in 12 hours. He said he was like number 960 something. I was like, oh, that's
That's not
disgusting.
something I would want to brag about.
Yeah, I wouldn't let people know that happened. But he's like, well, no, I have HIV, herpes, and like 6 other STDs. I'm like, first of all, yeah, that's kind of your fault. Second
You
of all,
asked for it.
these people didn't get tested before they just went and freaking ran a 12-hour bang bus on this broad. Ew.
Yep.
She's a disgusting human being. I wouldn't even want to sit on the same bus as this person. Here we go. Epstein.
A whole lot of the do about nothing, as we suspected it would be from the get-go.
Yeah, now the
We're
people
finding
that
more
were,
pictures of Clinton and his cronies than anything but Trump.
yeah, and Clinton talked trash like, oh, let's just release it all. This is all misconception. And it's like, dude, there's pictures of you actually there.
Yeah,
And now the victims of Epstein's crap are asking the government, asking the Democrats to stop doing what they're doing because they're the ones selectively leaking these pictures online.
right.
Like, please stop doing that. You're just making everyone believe something that's different than what actually happened, and no one's following the fucking truth. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you want Trump to be guilty so bad that
Yeah,
you'll let
make it
people
up.
believe it with no
Mhm.
evidence. You know, like, how much do the Democrats like to say without evidence?
It didn't exist.
Yeah, and Rogan even started talking trash about Clinton saying stupid shit about the Epstein files, which I don't know. People are expecting a list as if this guy had an actual fucking list with customers' names on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anything he
Yeah.
did have for evidence that he's using for blackmail, I'm sure was in a safe and was destroyed as soon as possible before it was seized by the government.
Good news, I just got a text. You'll be able to talk about El Matador.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Oh, that'll be fun. Uh okay. Guapo shared this one. It says grab something sharp. Some butt naked dude was picked up by the cops running into a Hobby Lobby down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it was a Florida situation, I was not surprised by the naked dude. Florida man, you expect this. First thing I said was, I thought all the Hobby Lobbies closed back when Radio Shack did.
No, Hobby Lobby is a big craft place.
I know.
It's
Radio
like
Shack was similar, but it's electronics.
no, but the Hobby Lobby has everything in there, and they're opening up more and more of these places all around.
Hmm.
Especially
Yeah, I used
since
to go.
Joann's is closed and all the fabric places are closing down. Hobby Lobby's stepping in and taking over.
Yeah, the wife just went to Michael's, I think. I know Joanne and Michael's are basically the same thing, but one of them is the fabrics, the other one's the rest.
Well, Michael's has got a Joann section in it now to
Yeah.
like,
Oh, well, yeah, they combined officially,
right,
but she bought a whole bunch of yarn because she started crocheting. And geez, that was that's in the same plaza as the Walmart, so it's over an hour drive.
right,
Uh, I don't know. I used to go to Radio Shack all the time especially when I was screwing around with like doing
I think
fun
Radio
stuff on
Shack
my
still
car.
exists online. I mean, I think there's still a Radio Shack store someplace.
I thought all the locations closed. Maybe not. Because, I mean, it was so much easier to go into a Radio Shack to get certain components for small things, especially if you want to make like an RC car, for example. You want to make one, not put a kit together. You get all your pieces. You get all your. I want to compare it to plumbing because I'm more of a plumber. You'll want diodes instead of like check valves. You get all that stuff there, and you pick the voltage and the amperage and the settings, and you can, put your inverters in there and build your own shit. Now you have to
Yes,
go
there are
online
still
basically and get the
Radio
stuff.
Shack places. Many of the remaining locations in the U.S. are licensed or authorized dealers, but Radio Shack brand itself still exists online, and it's
Okay.
actually very active in Central and South America.
When they're
They've got
building all the
they're
crap that we're buying.
and they're well, they got more stores down there. They're still building more and more stores in
Well, that
Central
makes
and South
sense.
America.
That makes sense because a lot of these folks, if you know how to do this stuff, you save a lot of money versus buying like a radio if you can build one.
Now ChatGPT wants me to give me my zip code so they can tell me the closest Radio Shack.
Oh, well, I know there used to be one in Hampton because I used to
That's
go there
not
and
there
I
anymore.
was so upset when it closed because that
It's
was when I was
gone.
building crazy flashing LED lights for the undercarriage of my car.
That closed down right around COVID, if not before.
Oh, it was way before that. I was still living in Hampton, Virginia.
Okay.
Or I was in Newport News at the time. No, maybe I was in Hampton. Uh, yeah.
Mm.
Uh, anyway, moving on. Okay, now the Democrats. See, this is funny because this article is making it sound like the Democrats are just now addressing the issues that they caused. Like this is a new tactic. This is what they've always done.
Yeah,
They'll
they're
create a
famous for
problem.
this.
They'll complain about the problem, get elected on that problem, then make that
Uh-huh.
problem worse.
Yep.
And right now they're talking about the cost of everything. And I just laugh because people are like the cost of this is up and it's all Trump's fault. I'm like, have you noticed how it's not nationwide? It's only in your Democrat areas. You're voting in these costs and these regulations. I don't think people realize that. Like when you vote in all these regulations, the price, you know what I mean? Like it costs more to make these goods because it costs different stuff to make the goods now.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
But yeah, a whole bunch of stuff was brought up in this article. And it's the obvious shit like New York. And now the Democrats want credit for recognizing these issues, like the fraud in Minnesota.
They should have stopped it years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're coming out like we're cracking down. This is so wrong. It's like, dude, it's been going on for years, and you look the other way until the federal government exposed it. Uh,
Yeah. And
now
if
this
there
is
would have been a Dem in office, the federal government would have never exposed it. If Kamala would have
correct.
won president, there'd be no, it, this wouldn't be coming out right now.
Yeah, those billions of dollars would still be gone. Well, they're going to be gone anyway. Nothing we can do about it now.
Yeah, but hopefully we can stop from losing another billion.
A woman up in Columbus, Ohio, just pled guilty to being a serial killer.
That is unusual. Women are
Very,
not usually serial killers. It's usually a male-dominated industry.
yeah. Well, she was luring dudes out for sex, and then she would drug them and rob them until she decided to start killing dudes. She intentionally fatally overdosed four or maybe three. And then on the 12th of this month, December, she didn't give him a big enough dose and the dude survived. And that's how they ended up catching her.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Oh my. And it's funny, it made me think right away of that New England thing that was going on. I was like, is it a serial killer or are we just randomly finding bodies all over Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island area, you know?
Yeah.
Haven't heard anything about that in a while, so maybe it's over with. I don't know. Did you watch the Tigers? Yeah, the Tigers. The
Yes, of
Lions
course
play?
I watched that crappy game. The halftime show was the best part of the game.
I've seen nothing but trash talk from everybody who watched any of these Netflix football games.
They were horrible last year too.
Yeah, I guess in one of the games, everyone complained about the national anthem that was performed, saying it was terrible. And I heard a lot of people complaining about how there's like a live interview during the game, and if you were trying to listen to the game while doing
Yeah, there
something else,
was.
you had no idea what was going on.
They had Barry Sanders in the first half, and then they had
Oh,
a Vikings retired wide receiver in the second half, and they literally were just rambling on. It was worse than having Trump on the game broadcast during the middle of the game.
yeah, and you normally you're expecting some kind of play-by-play, you know what I mean? So you can have the game on in the background and do like go get a beer from the fridge, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Uh oh. So I don't Netflix just doesn't get it. Like I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have, but it seems like lately half this country doesn't understand professional sports.
Well, I mean, Netflix just had the Jake Paul fight, and that didn't. They figured out how to make that work. So I don't know why they're screwing up. And then they were making a big deal about Nate Burleson's stupid red suit he was wearing. He looked like fucking Santa Claus
Okay. Didn't Jake Paul get his jaw broken?
in two places. But
Two
he also
places. They
got
have,
paid millions of dollars, and he's a YouTuber. So what do you think that's going to do to his YouTube channel?
oh no. That's great. He's completely allowed to do any of this stuff. But when he talks so much trash after Tyson and before Tyson, I was like, the dude's like 65 or something and retired. Then he goes to fight a real boxer and just gets wrecked. Um, and I saw something how the winner of that bout, I don't remember the guy's name, wasn't being paid his full amount for breaking this dude's jaw.
Hmm.
I think that's why he got
And it's
pissed
like,
off.
yeah, this is something you expect that could happen in a professional fight, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So Guapa,
Well,
how'd your holiday treat you?
good. Yeah, not not too bad.
El Matadoro contacted me since
Mm-hmm.
our last episode to talk so much shit about you. It was funny
About what?
about the Caribbean. He's like, that dude completely made up that cannibal shit. He sent me a bunch of links and articles about all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just laughed my ass off, and I was like, oh, at least the guy's a regular listener,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And I just,
Yeah. Oh man.
obligated to pass that on to you because it's funny, and he's laughing his ass off right now too.
Mm.
Uh, all right, did you see this? This trans woman in Utah goes by
No.
Mia Bailey now, born a dude. First of all,
Yeah.
Islam isn't super tolerant of transitioning your sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, don't get me wrong, your average Muslim's not gonna kill you for it, but just like the Catholic Church or the Christian Church in general,
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of against it, you know. But became Muslim and then went nuts and just got a life sentence for killing her parents.
Mm-hmm.
Tried not to show up to his own sentencing because it's too much stress. I'm like, ah, dude, like if you think this is tough, try being the trans woman in a men's prison.
Mm.
Yeah. At least this person's actually going to prison and not being, oh, it's okay, it's not your fault. You know? It's society's fault that you killed your own parents.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well.
so so you shared this next one, the first one we got here in local, Guapo. Will you be attending the inauguration of Spanberger?
No, I never heard of such things like that. People usually I want to go, but they're doing like a lottery thing. Like since when? I don't know. I guess nobody want to go to it.
Well, lottery sounds like a whole bunch of people want to
Yeah,
go
it
and they
sounds
don't
like
have
more
enough
people want to
seats.
go to it.
Yeah.
Nah,
Because if
I
you win a
haven't.
lottery that you don't want, you just won't go pick it up. That means someone who did want to go can't.
Mm,
Yeah,
Here's the question. Well, it's Richmond, right?
yeah,
yeah.
It's where
Richmond.
it's going to happen. So yeah, it's not like you're
Hmm.
driving up from Norfolk.
I'm
For
sure
people
there's
that,
people driving from Norfolk to go to it.
oh, I'm sure in Virginia Beach too, but it's not going to be a whole bunch of your active duty or vets that live in the around the seven cities.
Mm.
Which is hilarious. I think how many vets live in the seven cities alone, let alone in Virginia.
Hmm.
And we know that most vets vote Republican. Almost all of them don't vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Uh, it's crazy that all these vets congregate in one area have almost no say in their own government. It's like, here are all the guys we sent out to go die for us. Fuck you, you don't get a say, you know?
Right.
Mm.
What's up with this graffiti you guys had at Virginia Beach?
Oh, dude,
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Well, when I first saw this, I was curious, was the graffiti the tire mark I saw or the rainbow crosswalk?
Crosswalk.
I guess they got these rainbow crosswalks got defaced.
Yeah, somebody put the F4 on it.
By that you don't mean fornication under the king's consent. You're referring to a bundle of sticks.
Yes,
Okay.
the fascist
Yeah.
guy.
Probably shouldn't be doing that, especially to city property.
Yeah, but what would you put on the ground? I mean, I can see on the wall, but not on the fucking whatever. You know.
Oh, was it across the rainbow crosswalk?
Hmm.
That's probably why it was there.
Yeah.
Did was there a vote held in Virginia Beach, or did the
They just did it.
municipalities decide to spend
But
money?
dude, that thing was so fixed in the afternoon, dude. And they're fucking put investigators over this. Watch what happened. Like when somebody commit a crime, like, oh, we get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, I mean, you get robbed at knife point. The cops are like, "What do you want us to do about it?" It's like,
Yeah.
"It's already happened.
Right.
Nothing we can do about it
Mhm.
now." Like, someone wrote "faggot" on a rainbow flag. Ah!
Oh no! Sticks and stones are gonna break my
Yeah.
bones.
Don't get me wrong. It's mean, okay?
It's very
Yes,
mean.
but this seems like a waste of the taxpayers' money to hunt down and pursue someone who has mean words to say, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I bet you if you looked across the street, there's probably a giant cock painted on the side of a building, you know? Maybe Guapo shared this one too. He's seeing more and more West Virginia news, I guess. Or
I
you
guess.
clicked on one once and now it keeps sending them to you.
I know. They're like, what the hell?
Uh, a woman has been accused of giving meth and fentanyl to minors. And here's the thing: is she's in her 70s,
Wow.
and she's believed to have been buying this meth and fentanyl for herself. And these minors she's in charge of got it and shared it with their minor friends.
Hmm.
And I'm like, how did she get parental authority over these kids at that age and as a meth addict?
Good question.
Welcome to West Virginia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the beekeepers here, they got a bill that's going to be seen in 2026 about all sorts of bee rules because they're worried about the bees disappearing. I do want to point out that this bee shortage we keep hearing about is domesticated bees. This does
Mhm.
not affect wild bees.
No.
So it's not affecting pollination as it would have happened naturally. It's only slowing down you pollinating your fruit trees with your own bees,
Oh, okay.
you know, or getting your own honey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And things, bees are real easy to take care of. The
We're
big
thinking
issue
about
is
getting bees down the road, so
I've done bees before. They're easy to take care of, but if you don't keep up on the size of everything and have another hive ready for them, they'll swarm and just leave, which
Mhm.
is unfortunate. Actually, I have a video of that somewhere when they swarmed and I walked out in the middle of this bee swarm and just recorded it all around me. It was
Mhm.
wild. Just it was so loud with all these bees, literally millions of bees swarming around me, just going, "Bull," you know. The repeat offender has returned.
Merry Christmas.
He's on holiday. It's Boxing Day.
I thought that
Hope
was
you and your
just
family
Canada.
have fun. Australia does Boxing Day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess technically we do now too. We just don't call it Boxing Day, right?
What do we call it?
I don't know. Christmas? Trump made it official, didn't he?
For this year, but he gave him multiple days off. He got Christmas Eve, the day after Christmas. They got like a 5-day
Hmm.
weekend.
Yeah, it's a lot to say for a nation that's not a Christian nation, huh?
Christmas is the only Christian religious holiday that's a national holiday.
That's a good point. No one seems to give a shit about Easter or Good Friday. Yeah, or good or Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, they're not holidays.
Yeah,
You don't get the day off for that.
correct. But I just want everyone to understand that Good Friday is way more important today in the Christian calendar than Christmas is. A lot of
Mhm.
people don't believe that, but Jesus dying for us is way more of a big deal for the religion than him being born
Yeah,
from
but if
immaculate
he couldn't
conception.
die if he wasn't born. So, which came
Well,
first, the chicken or the egg?
well, the birthday came first, and the egg came first. There were animals before birds that laid eggs. Okay, where we're moving on to the holidays anyway. I saw shit posted about this Christmas Eve family photo from Biden.
Yeah,
I didn't think much of it, so I didn't bother sharing it.
I
Does it
didn't
mean
either for a while, but it kept coming up. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw it in there.
what the big deal is? He's behind everyone. You can't barely see him, and
Yeah, and
Hunter's
Hunter
like the
Biden's the front and center. He's the new face of the family.
so they've given up.
Think so.
I think they would have done better with Ashley, even though she used to take showers with her father.
Oh yeah, definitely. She doesn't. She's not known for her fantastic artist abilities.
She's never smuggled cocaine into the White House before either.
No, there's no proof that actually happened.
That the cocaine was there? That they had the cocaine. That's what they're like. Oh well, how are we supposed to know where it came from? Like this security cameras. Like if you could smuggle cocaine in, what else could I smuggle into the White House? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that right there tells you it wasn't. Yes, it was smuggled, but it's not like you got by anyone. Someone looked the other way and let him walk. Whoever had this through with him, and it was probably Hunter when he was in his crack binge.
Yeah.
All right, I saw this one, or maybe you did. This Democrat, right? She's running for office, I guess, or she's in office. Sheila McCormick, a Democrat out of Florida, posted a picture of herself in front of the American flag for like Merry Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And she edited out a ring that she had on her finger for the picture she used versus a picture that we had all seen. And that ring is believed to have been bought with the $109,000 stolen from FEMA funds.
Wow.
Yeah. Community note on X. It, with the modern age of internet sleuthery, you think you would know better than to try to hide something. Just wear the ring and no one will notice it. But someone will notice it's different than the same picture you put out 3 months ago, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Here's a fun one. Schumer. Our favorite Amy Schumer, because she's so funny, right?
Not anymore.
I don't think she ever really was. She's your typical liberal woman comedian and just makes jokes about her cooch and getting plowed.
No,
It's like it's funny once in a while, but not all the time. But yeah, she was lighting up her Hanukkah menorah candles, and she said she learned who her true friends were after the October 7th attack. And because everyone was like, "Yeah, fuck Israel," and all the rioting, not even rioting, the attacks we're seeing of people attacking these Jewish folk at schools. I gotta laugh because everyone that would have been a quote true friend, she's already pushed away for the same stuff that she's the victim of right now.
We've got
You
a
know,
rebuttal from El Matador's
uh,
statements in the group chat. Somebody went and found the actual story from
uh-oh.
North Carolina State University.
So are you live broadcasting this or did you send
No,
me the
this is
message?
Ray did it. Ray's
Yeah, I just send you
Ray's
the stuff
rebutted
that
on
like
that.
All right.
people there are people eating each other in the Caribbean island. That's where the name came from. And
Oh
it's a
well,
study
yeah,
found that
according to this, yeah, North Columbus There you go. We got
He actually was his diaries too. He was talking about it. You know, people think Columbus came in like conquers people. No, he saves. He's just a story that he saved like a couple of people from getting eaten, and they had to go move to another island. You know, so that's in
okay.
his diary himself.
I don't want to compare the man to Harriet Tubman because you can't. And I'm sure even the
No,
repeat
he was an
offender to
explorer.
Harriet Tubman. Yeah,
He's,
yeah.
he's
But I'm just
explorer.
saying but Harriet Tubman famously said, "Yes, I freed many slaves. I would have freed many more if only they knew where they were slaves."
No, 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 no. This is
It
like
sounds like this is
different.
what this is. This man was helping people and
Yeah,
people
no,
just
no.
saw him
But
as
I said no.
conquering.
He was. What's the word I'm looking for? The different tribes. So he was helping the peaceful tribe, not the violent ones and
Not the
stuff. You know,
cannibals.
not the cannibals. But it's gonna be competition. That's how we conquer the West, dude. Because a different tribe. We help one tribe conquer the
And
other tribe.
easily united everyone together against the bad guys.
Yes, the Apache was the most vicious one.
But yeah,
You know,
Columbus was never a conquistador, right?
no, he was explorer.
He was an explorer. Yeah, big
Yeah, he
difference.
just explores. Yeah, he used to navigate. He was never. He probably was a governor for a minute, but the one who was really one that had power and the one that got Columba arrested was a priest. Always the fucking priest, dude. The one the one that had
Talk
power.
about trash on the Catholic Church, but they also invented science.
Yeah, and
People don't realize
alcohol.
that.
Well, unless you go against whoever's in Pope in charge, you know. I saw Marco Polo? What's Galileo?
Yeah,
How's that
first one
went for
to
him?
Galileo.
The
he was the
gravity
one
about the
who
Earth.
said the Earth is round, right?
Yep. It was heresy. No, no, no. It wasn't the round. He was saying the Earth rotates around the sun.
Yeah,
The
okay.
church
The
was
Earth
saying
wasn't the
that.
center of the universe.
Yes.
Yeah, it was some Polish guy that said the Earth was round first. I think.
No, they did cover that in Greek era. Galileo, he came out with the math, how much the circumference of the Earth.
Copernicus, maybe.
I think so. But anyways,
Yeah. Then
Christopher
Magellan was
Columbus,
the
the one
first
that
one to
like,
sail around it.
yeah, Christopher Columbus, like, no, I think the calculation was wrong because I think the circumference there is shorter than that. So that's why he was trying to prove the shorter route to the West Indies to India.
Yeah, he thought he could go west and pop out, right? Not realizing that the Atlantic
It's a
Ocean,
fucking it's
yeah,
a
not
fucking
realizing there's a Pacific Ocean or North America.
Right.
Oh. But can you
Anyways,
imagine back then, though, me coming across these folks having no idea what they're saying? Even your most modern linguist can't figure out and translate them because their language has no common root to your languages. You know what I mean? It must
yeah.
have been very difficult.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you know how back in the map, back in the days used to be like from east to west because they had a compass. So
Yeah.
there was no compass. So that wherever the sun rises or set, that's why the map were like elongated, like sideways and stuff.
Mm.
And that's where the word come from. Orient yourself, you know, like hey, get yourself straight, you know.
Yeah. And the not the prime, yeah, the prime meridian
That's the north and south.
has been in like 20 different places because east and west had no end, whereas north
Yeah.
and south did. So whoever drew the map put themselves at zero, and finally the world adopted the prime meridian from the United Kingdom.
Mm.
All right. But yeah, anyway, Amy Schumer's all shocked that she's being basically exiled from good, polite society for
I don't know
saying you
why
shouldn't
she's
kill
so.
Jews.
Yeah, I don't know why she's so surprised about that.
Yeah, and I laughed. I was like, wow, you did the same thing to everyone else who said you shouldn't just let people get murdered. But now that it's your people being murdered, it matters. You know,
Right.
you think a Jewish person would understand the when they came for the Jews, I didn't say anything because I'm not Jewish thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I bet she still votes Democrat though.
I'm certain of it. And I bet you she still thinks Trump's a Nazi, even though her side's the one saying eradicate Israel and wipe out the Jews in our country, you know? Uh, tell me about this Kennedy Center thing, Brian.
Yeah. Because Trump took over, he got rid of all the board members that were in the Kennedy Center, and he put a whole new board in place to increase profitability and get the thing running better than it was. And the board voted to make a minor change to the name of the Kennedy Center.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Trump, we all know Trump is full of himself. I mean, he named all of his buildings after himself.
Yeah, but he didn't
And
do this. The people on the
No.
board did it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah, and because of
And
that,
and because of that, these people got mad and they canceled the Christmas Eve jazz concert they've had there for the last 20 years. They canceled it. So who's really affected by it? The employees that didn't have a job that night, the concert goers that didn't have a concert that they paid for to go, you know,
yeah, these people think they're making a
and the
point.
people that were performing didn't get paid either because they had no gig to go to.
Yeah.
So it's very, I mean, whether or not you agree with what they did, it's very short-sighted, just like, oh, I'm going to cancel, because it's not
Even
just
better.
canceling the one thing. You're affecting hundreds of thousands of people when you do that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you could have done the concert and used the stage as a platform to talk shit about it,
Yes, they
about
could
the name
have.
change.
Yeah.
We still would have said that's trashy to do, but at least they would have fulfilled their contract.
Exactly.
Am I hearing noises in the background?
Yeah, the repeat offender's got something going on over there.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. That's the narrative, isn't it? They never tell the full facts. They just go on what they want to think and say. There's facts.
His internet was
I only
great
got-
until he starts talking.
Yeah, I only got bits and pieces
Sorry,
of that,
can you hear me
unfortunately.
Oh,
Mostly.
it's a little hard. They'll say what they want for their own purposes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for their own purposes. Like they come up and said, and list was actually going on, then they could have a point. But they do.
Yeah. Well, especially if you promise to do something, you fucking do it. Or else
They've
no
been
one's
doing
gonna.
it for 20 years, so.
Yeah.
And the
Missed all that. But same idea, Brian. If the Lions decided not to play on Thanksgiving because they don't like something the president did, I mean that, and they announced this a couple days before, like the day before.
Yeah.
How many people honestly expect to sit down and watch the Lions play football on Thanksgiving Day?
Well, it's not
Millions?
just people around the nation, but it's also the people that have planned their whole Thanksgiving out to go to the game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I changed my Thanksgiving because we're going to tailgate Thanksgiving at the game, and now the game's not there. And now all the concessions people, the people that do your tickets, security, the announcers,
They're all out
the
of jobs.
broadcasting company don't get paid.
Yeah.
And this is fun. This is something I've seen before, but Joy Reid brought it back up from some dude from Medford, Mass, standing out there talking trash about jingle bells,
Yeah.
how it's racist. And in the article, it even says, like, well, there's no actual racist phrases, no lyrics that are racist, but it was written by a Confederate soldier and it was for people in blackface doing minstrel shows. And I was like, first of all, the Confederates could have won that war had they pushed north up to D.C. after Bull Run, but they said no. We pushed the Yanks back. We're gonna leave them alone. They're gonna leave us alone, and that didn't work well for them.
No.
Not saying that was a terrible thing to happen, but they could have won and didn't. They didn't push to D.C. No, the fuck way did they march another 600 miles north to Massachusetts, occupy it well enough that they have time to sit down and write jingles for Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god! And this
They
guy
had
said,
better
he's like,
things to worry about than worry about the Jingle Bell song.
yeah, yeah. And apparently, the original name of the song was "One Horse Open Sleigh." But I was like, yes, you're right. Okay, I thank you, Massachusetts, for admitting that you're in fact the real racists here. Okay. All right, Massachusetts brings us right into the liberal policies going on right now.
There's
Aren't you
nothing
glad you
liberal
left?
happening in Massachusetts.
Well, actually, if you wanted to do that, I'm just gonna skip down and read one of these. I think he's the mayor. I want to say Mattapan.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
this guy. Yeah.
Lawrence,
Pe-
Massachusetts. I'm sorry.
people elected him, and that's a fairly good sized city in Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's out west a little bit, but
It's
yeah,
not a podunk town.
exactly. It's not a little tiny town; it's a city, and they elected a Dominican-born dude to be their mayor who doesn't speak English.
Right.
Wow.
So
Did you see like interviews and stuff with him?
He had to request an interpreter to be at the meetings.
No,
if
but
you
when
have
he
been,
was going to elections and stuff like that, did he have like debates and stuff like that?
even if he had an interpreter, exactly, hasn't he spoken and people had to see someone listen to him then speak English?
You would think.
Um,
Uh, and that's
you know what? I should go over there, run for mayor, and don't speak English and see what happens.
yeah, and you know what? Even better, play like you're some ICE victim, dude.
Uh-huh.
Just every time they ask you a question, just go, "Are you the me?"
Yeah. Yeah. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Mis hijos.
Mis hijos. I don't want to
But
go
yeah,
back to Mexico because the only thing they got over there is Mexican food.
you know what's funny is everyone talks about Mexican food. All the best food we call Mexican is actually American food.
It's Tex-Mex.
Text me. Yeah.
Yes, but anywhere in the world, really, besides the quote Western world, everyone eats the same thing.
Yeah, chicken and
It's
rice.
even chicken and rice, and it's a staple in even Western households, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chicken and rice. It's what
Chicken and rice
everyone
and
eats.
vegetables once in a while, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You put some rice down, some chicken on top of that with some sauce, some sauteed vegetables on top
Mhm.
inside your tortilla wrap. Boom! It's easy, it's not messy, and it's fucking delicious.
That sounds like a fajita.
Yeah, or a
Mhm.
burrito because it's a little
And the
donkey
bread,
and you can load it up.
call it a sandwich, you know.
Well, I just gotta laugh. You got the burrito, which is little donkey, but then
You know why you
you
call
go
it little donkey?
because you can load it up.
Yeah, can load it up, yeah.
Yeah,
To the
and it'll
limit.
tear your ass up later. But my favorite is Taco Bell's gordita. Doesn't that mean little fat girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you eat a lot of
Makes
them,
me
that's
laugh.
what you're going to be.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh. It's like, what do you have for dinner tonight, little fat girl?
Little fat girl.
Like if you go to Mexico to a Taco Bell, is it still called the gordita or do they have a different name for it?
I know
I
they
don't think
have
they got
Taco
Taco
Bells
Bell.
in Mexico.
It's
Oh,
South
I
of Texas.
guarantee you there are Taco Bells in Mexico. I bet it's
I'll look
right
it
across
up.
the
I'll
street
look
from
it
the
up.
McDonald's.
I'll
Mexico
look it
City
up.
has all this shit, and Cancun, where all the white people go on spring break.
I can see that. Probably sell beer in there too.
Yeah, I've been to a McDonald's. I had beer
Yeah, they
before
did in
overseas.
Spain.
And I remember being pissed off that my buddy demanded to go to McDonald's. And I think it was somewhere in the Middle East. And it was one of the places where like foreigners could drink, but the locals couldn't because
Mhm.
of Islam.
Hmm.
And I was like, I can't believe you're bringing me, like, we're in like Turkey or something. I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
believe you're bringing me to like a McDonald's and we're not going to try
Yeah.
the local
No, like
delicatessen.
no, you have to try.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I sat down. I was like, I can get a beer with my freaking Big Mac. Nice.
Okay, so my hometown they got a Pizza Hut. Dude, over there is like a fucking 5-star restaurant, dude. They sit you down, they bring you like an old. Actually, it's like the old Pizza Hut, dude. It's like a sit-in restaurant.
Well, yeah. Well, El Salvador in general is like 1990s United States, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
As much as I'm not trying to make fun of them,
dude.
like
The
even
90s
on
were
How I
great.
Met Your Father, they made a joke. The Canadian one made a joke about something, and she's like, "Well, yeah, the '90s didn't get to Canada, or the '80s didn't get to Canada until the '90s."
Yeah, but it's nice to remember good times going to Pizza Hut. They had like a sit-in. You could order a pie. You know.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
love the Pizza Hut lunch buffet too.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
dude, the booking program was one of the greatest things to ever happen to education in this country. Pizza Hut would your kids read so many books, whatever. Pizza Hut would give them a free personal kids pizza.
Mm.
You know, like that was
How
really
did they
cool.
make
It
How
was
did they
a
make sure
program
that
through the
happened?
schools. It was a program through the schools, mostly honor system. But yeah, it was through the schools, and you'd put stars on the board. And when you got to like 5, you got a card you could take to Pizza Hut, and they give you a free small pizza. I was like, this is
Nice.
awesome. That was back when it was a family sit down kind of thing, and now it's a if you could find one, it's a takeout place. You know,
Even McDonald's too, it's all oriented to the people that they didn't have kids. It's like a fancy restaurant now.
that's because Gen X reproduced mostly,
Mhm.
like you would expect, but not like the Boomers did, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the Millennials barely reproduced, and Gen Alpha is even worse than that. That's why they're importing people, dude. It's because we're not reproducing. But the problem is
Mhm.
they're also telling you to abort your kids, and because you aborted your kids, we need to immigrate. We need to bring people into our country because
Mhm.
we need someone. Well, was it what's her name? Kelly Osbourne. Who's going to clean your toilet?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
Mhm.
I still can't believe she said that. And it's like, wow, you
Mhm.
really
Well,
do
they
want a
say no.
slave
The
class.
Democrats say, "Who's gonna wipe my ass?" And shit, when I get older. They're still saying that shit.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. It should be your children. But you decided not to have kids and instead imported a whole bunch of people. So now you're going to have someone who doesn't speak English when you're trying to explain to them that they're hurting your butthole and they don't understand.
Get the double ply, not the single ply.
Yeah, I don't need you checking my oil every day, okay?
Don't
No,
get
I'm
the
not a
John Wayne.
quart low.
Don't get the John Wayne toilet paper.
Uh, uh, so Whoopi Goldberg's complaining about healthcare programs in the United States, and she's calling out Trump, which first made me laugh because Obamacare is in place.
Yeah.
Right.
They promised us it was not going to go up in price, and then they wanted what, an extra $1.5 trillion to fund it,
Mm.
Yep.
which is what the Dems shut the government down over. And
And
now
yeah, the
Whoopi said,
government, yeah, because the COVID subsidies that made it more affordable for everybody.
"Yeah, but
It's
COVID's
afford,
not
but I
the
thought the
issue
name of it was
anymore."
Affordable Care Act.
Exactly. And Whoopi's complaining now, saying she has to pay $1,000 for her eye drops. And I was like, "What the fuck eye drops do you have, lady?"
Dude, what the fuck?
This sounds like rich people problems that don't have health insurance because they can just pay it out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and how is this is something I just don't understand. Obama was in office for 8 years straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
7.5 years into his term, they were still blaming shit on Bush.
Oh yeah.
Trump
To get
hasn't
at
been
it.
in office a fucking year. And all of this shit's his problems. Like the dude's been in office for a month, and how is this his fault? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. Yeah, $1,000 eye drops. What are they morphine?
Probably. She get the good shit.
For the love of God. Wow. Oh, the escape from New York has begun.
Did it actually
Mm.
happen?
Yes,
Because I
hey, don't
heard
come
it
in.
wasn't happening.
Don't stop in
Well,
Virginia. We full.
Florida has already seen $100 million rush of real estate coming into the state from New York alone, which I found interesting because all I hear is the Dems talk shit about Florida.
Right.
And you can say, oh, no income tax, state income tax, but neither does New Hampshire. But New Hampshire, they didn't go to New Hampshire, which is right next door.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. So they're all going to go down to Florida because it's not fucked up by Democrats and then turn it into a Democrat state.
Yeah, that's you want to get down there. It's like in this state, bringing all the loot down to another state, mate. That's where you're going to get your big problems from.
And that's something I think not enough people take into account. They'll say, like, oh, look how beautiful it is out there, and you can do this and this and this.
Yeah.
And it's like, now make sure you understand why. What's the difference between there and where you are? You know?
A blue and a red vote.
Yeah. And geez, how much is property value going to go up when these wealthy people rushing out of New York show up into Florida? It's going to drive up the property value there by a lot. It's going to spread out and drive up the costs for most of the housing Because you know they're not going to be in Central and Florida, the swamp. They're going to be in like Orlando and Tampa, right?
Yeah.
And I don't remember where this one was. Oh, it's in Virginia. There we go. I was going to share it in local, but fit well here. I think Guapo shared this one about the some pro police group is trying to use a law put on the books in Virginia that was supposed to hold cops accountable or something like that.
Hold on.
And they're
Sorry.
trying to use it to get the prosecutor, the Soros backed prosecutor out of office in Virginia, whoever that the is it the attorneys general or is this a local?
This
This is
Margaret
the
too.
incoming attorney general. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
hold on.
Well, this law was passed because of about cops in general. Because like what happened with Breonna Taylor when the cops busted down the door and
Yeah.
killed her boyfriend or killed her because her boyfriend drew a gun. And yeah. So they want the same thing applied, which I think is going to be interesting to see how the Dems react because this is what they do. They put policy in place and then they get offended when it's applied.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We already mentioned the Dominican-born dude in Mass that doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have to explain this next one to me, Brian. What's going on? A judge ordered the administration to like submit plans for due process for deported people in El Salvador.
Yeah, they want them all back.
I don't understand.
That's
Like I
these
understand.
judges trying to prove that they're more powerful than the executive branch.
Then Congress and the executive branch need to do something about the judicial branch.
Yeah.
The two of them together can crush the judicial, and you know that.
Well, it's everybody's favorite U.S. District Judge, James Dosberg.
Yeah, he seems to keep showing up every time, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And now he seems to have authority over international things.
Damn.
He's saying you have to bring people from El Salvador into the United States.
Yeah. Import immigration.
They're currently sitting in prison.
He certified a class action lawsuit against the government. He says that the government must submit its plans to allow them to contest their designation under the Alien Enemies Act by January 5th. So that doesn't necessarily mean bringing them back, but it means that there has to be a process in place where they can fight their deportation from El Salvador or
Okay, I
Venezuela,
will say
wherever they're at now.
they're also, but I will say that makes sense in terms of due process because everyone says due process, assuming that means a trial jury.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to point out you get a speeding ticket, you don't get a trial jury even if you fight it, do you?
Yeah, you
A
have to go see
jury
the
trial.
judge. Yeah, you see the judges stuff.
Exactly. Your
Mm-hmm.
due process, it's different depending on what the infraction is.
Yeah.
But yes, if you're allowed to say no, I disagree with this, but does that mean anything happens if they say it doesn't apply to me? Or can they just say I don't care? You know? And is a Zoom
Well,
call good enough for these guys to contest it?
yeah.
Mm.
Well, self deportation, the biggest deportation happening right now.
Yeah.
Are there more people self deporting? But aren't they also saying to them, you don't have to go home? You just tell us where you want to go, but you're not staying here.
Yeah, exactly. We don't care where you go. You just can't be here. Yeah.
Right.
As I don't know if you guys say it in Australia, but what we've always said is you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We say that at the bars.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yep.
exactly. The bar always says that. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Just it's getting crazy. And think the Dems have already forgotten that Biden, before he dropped out of the race, actually ran on border security and doing something with these illegal immigrants.
But he didn't really mean it.
Doesn't matter if he meant it or not. He put it out there as if he did. And the Democrats, Biden doesn't lie, right? The Dems don't lie. So they must have believed it was a good idea. Well, that's according to these people that vote Dem anyway. I don't understand how it's a great policy under this guy, but it's the most evil thing under this guy. Just like Obama, the deporter in chief. Who cares? And that brings us right back to our favorite illegal immigrant. They're now calling him the wrongly deported migrant.
How can he be deported? He's in the United States.
Oh, because he was deported and he was brought back. And now a judge, excuse me, just dropped his human trafficking charge. And yeah. So there you go. Kilmar Brago Garcia. Maryland man. The guy had what 3 separate times a judge has told him he has to leave the country, and twice he at least twice he said okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the issue is here. Like why
He's
they
trying to get
want
one
to
over.
but there must be a
He's
better
trying to get one over
example of
Trump.
someone being deported. At least find a guy who's not a bad guy. I'm sure someone's crossed the border illegally. That's the only bad thing they've ever done. At least find that guy, right?
Right.
The Democrats are just all they're trying to do is get someone trying to get the rule or the Pam Bondis or it's all trying. I got nothing, but no policy. Wait till January 1st around where the no taxes on tips comes in, all that sort of stuff, mate. Like
start talking trash right away.
Yeah, they're going to look like the biggest fools in January 1st.
I don't know, man. These Dems will believe whatever they want, just like they're saying that these issues they're having in their Massachusetts town that has a Massachusetts governor and a Massachusetts, I'm sorry, a Dem mayor and a Dem governor complaining about Trump's policies. And that doesn't affect us here. So obviously it's not a Trump policy. It's where you are policy. Like you pass these policies, not us. Like my sister recently complained about gas prices because they actually went up in winter. And she's like, fuck Trump. And I was like, really? Mine's down, was under $3 a gallon for like a month and a half, and then went down another dime.
I saw gas yesterday for $202.41. So
yeah.
Wow. There you go. But she's paying almost $4 a gallon. She's saying it's Trump's fault. I was like, no, Massachusetts passed these laws to maintain the roads.
They
got
saying
it's to maintain the roads.
$2 tax on the gas.
Yeah, per gallon.
Yeah. Some pretty decently.
I couldn't hear that, but I pointed out to her that Massachusetts collects a gasoline tax to pay for the repairs of the roads. She's like, well, then how come all the roads are full of potholes and look like shit? I'm like, you better talk to your own elected officials about that.
Yeah, what they do with their money?
I was like, what you think? Yeah, you think Donald Trump's coming down to freaking Cedar Lane Road in Plymouth, Massachusetts to fucking pave it? No, that's Plymouth that's supposed to do that, What's Plymouth doing with your money? What's Massachusetts doing with your money? What's is it MDOT? I'm not sure.
Massachusetts Department of Transportation.
It might be. It might be. I just know that the train system there, they don't call the Metro, or you could call it the MBTA, but it's been known as the T forever. You ever hear that song about the T in Boston? Not tea like you drink it, but like the train.
Dropkick Murphys.
No, much older than that one. Charlie of the MBTA.
I heard a song by the Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, they might have covered it. You're right. They probably did. But you used to need a token to get on the train, then a token to get off. But Charlie didn't have a token to get off. And the whole song's like, he may ride forever beneath the streets of Boston. Did he ever return? No, he never returned. Yeah, you know the song. All right.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the card you get to ride the train is called a Charlie card, too, because of that song. There's some fun stuff up there in Mass, but the problem is they ruin all the fun by making it illegal to enjoy the fun. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, they've legalized marijuana, not only to the point where you can go to a medical facility or grow it yourself, but you can buy it in the store, which I have nothing against, but A lot of Republicans do. Here's a fun one. The number of no-shows in immigration court has spiked recently.
Wonder why.
Yeah. Because apparently not showing up to immigration court does not matter. You just get to stay.
Yeah. That's what
Why
it seems
show up and
like.
get deported if you could just say fuck you and not show up, right?
Uh-huh.
By the way, Brian, what happens to you if you don't show up to a court date?
You depending on what it is, you get a bench warrant or you get a garnishment, on
Let's assume
your
it's a criminal trial.
you get
Instead of a
there's going to be an arrest warrant issued for your arrest.
yeah, you're gonna be wearing steel bracelets, aren't you?
Yep.
Now, don't get me wrong, criminal court and immigration court are different, just like civil court. Well, there you go. There's a prime example of a court system that doesn't have a jury trial, too. Civil court, there's never a jury in a civil trial. Well, let me rephrase that. Civil court, when you're there suing someone.
Yeah.
The only time you ever see that is in like the big class action suits, but that's a different animal altogether. That's always involved in some kind of crime. That's why it's a class action suit. Versus my neighbor backed into my car.
Mm-hmm.
They should fix it. But yeah, I mean, they're not showing up. No wonder why Trump's sending out guys to go get these folks. And it's no one cares. And the people that do care, which it seems like is actually most of the country, but in general, keep their mouth shut because you're automatically some kind of xenophobe or Nazi.
Right.
If you're saying, how come I can't get a pound of bologna at the deli? It's like, I don't speak whatever language this might be. And I love it. They always bring up Ellis Island. Like, you know what happened at Ellis Island? All those motherfuckers came over here and Americanized as fast as they could, learned English so fast because you went to the cobbler. He didn't speak English. You said, screw it, and walked over to the next cobbler. Why am I going to sit here and try to negotiate with this guy for 20 minutes when he doesn't speak the same language as me?
Yeah.
Oh, this one, I apparently this isn't new, but some dude in New York choked a cabbie to death over a fare disagreement. Tossed him in the reservoir, which I just like to point out. Reservoirs are drinking water, and
Sometimes.
you're throwing human bodies in the reservoir. Turns out that guy was an illegal immigrant too.
How to legal immigrant become a cabbie?
No, not the cabbie, the guy who killed him.
Okay.
Yes. And another thing is, you always hear, well, how much bad stuff do American citizens do? Yeah, and we can actually put them in prison, can't we?
Yeah.
Versus a judge letting them out the fucking side door. There you go. An illegal alien truck driver walked out of jail after killing an American citizen. And this was, again, sanctuary policies. Didn't want ICE to catch up to him.
All right.
Yeah, well, I keep hearing, well, they're not being let go. Here's an example right here.
They're being let go.
Being let go. That's what I always hear a lot is like, oh, everything, all the time, everything Trump says. And I ask for a single example and they can't give me one. I'm like, it should be easy if it's all the time. And then like, oh, I'll give you a single example of, this illegal immigrant thing happening. I'll come up with 4. And like, well, okay, you got any more than that? Because that's anecdotal. I was like, anecdotal, maybe, but you had nothing, you know? You said, I have a feeling versus, look at this. This man killed 4 people and no one seems to give a shit because his name's Abdul.
Yep.
On the topic, California tried to reinstate all of those illegal immigrant truckers' licenses.
Why would they do that?
That's an excellent question, Brian. Why would they do that? Do they have no citizens that want to drive trucks to the point that they need to do this? Or Are they virtue signaling, or do they actually want a whole bunch of people that don't speak or read English driving trucks that weigh 20 tons down the fucking road at 60 miles an hour?
I think it's more about virtue signaling.
So they're okay with families getting run over because someone tried to do a U-turn on the
Pretty
interstate.
much, yeah.
Fascinating. I'm tempted to start quoting that dude who ran for office there in Virginia. That dude that won was the AG office
I
that
don't
said
even know his name. Yeah,
maybe we should Jay Jones, I think. Maybe we should
John.
kill their
Yeah,
family
Jay.
and they'll
Yeah, you're right.
understand.
It's Jones's last name. So yeah,
Yeah. Maybe we should kill their whole family, then they'll understand.
he didn't really mean that.
Oh, of course not. No, no. Even though he said, "No, no, I'm serious" in this message string. But we're busy worried about these college kids intentionally being obnoxious in a group chat versus someone running for office as top cop saying I should kill people. Uh, but California's got shut down with the Department of Transportation on reinstating these licenses, but New York went ahead and passed a fucking law saying you don't
But
have to prove that you're any kind of citizen or even a legal resident of the United States to get a CDL.
well, that should be it. That sounds like a violation of federal law.
Yeah, well, so isn't growing marijuana in your backyard, Brian.
I'm not doing that.
But you know what I'm saying. um, but yeah, the federal government could step in and maybe should. And just like I said, that the best way to handle this, honestly, is to start cracking down on people giving them jobs and all this other stuff. Start
Uh-huh.
cracking down on these people, making it okay for these folks to have jobs. Like, you're not a citizen, you're not allowed to have a job, but you're here illegally. You're not allowed to have employment in the United States.
Right.
What do you need a CDL for? It's a commercial driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a commercial driver's license if you're not working.
Exactly.
Start cracking down on these people, man.
Well, my civilians in law versus death, incarceration being fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like I think the businesses that are doing this should not just get fined and arrested and
Cut down.
charged, but their business should be seized and auctioned off to the competitors for the highest bidder.
Yeah.
And all that money goes to the federal government. Just like
That'll
these
stop it
fucking
pretty
oil
quick, mate.
tankers, right?
We'll get to that.
Oh, we will. And here's the best part. Crockett came out and said that she thinks Trump is cooking the books about the immigration numbers being lower. And it's like, I don't know, you made it sound like he's hunting people down and murdering them in the streets
Right.
for coming here illegally. Why would they possibly keep doing it? If it's so evil and racist and you're gonna get kidnapped and murdered in the streets, why would you come here instead of staying in Mexico where it's safe?
Right.
Or is Mexico not as safe as the Democrats want me to believe it is?
Well, I mean, it's definitely not as safe as they want you to believe it is.
Correct. But if they're going to tell me it's not a shithole country, okay, that's fine. I'll accept that. That means that's the that's the nearest country that's safe. And that's
Yep.
where, according to international law, you're supposed to stop for an asylum plea, right?
In theory, but that's the Biden administration didn't apply that rule. They just let people come on rolling on through.
Is Guapo still here?
He's got his video off. I think he's dealing with the kids.
All right, all right. Uh, Here we go. There's a fire at a power substation in California, out in San Francisco. What's going on?
Let me see here. Uh, the oh yeah, this I think we might have talked about this briefly on the last episode. Oh no, okay, nope. This substation power outage plunged 130,000 homes and businesses into darkness, but it also shut down all the Waymo cars because they had a program in place in the self-driving cars that they had to get verification when the street lights went dark from an actual person to keep driving. And it basically shut all the cars down. And so now they're saying that they had to put a patch in place to eliminate this.
Mm.
So, because the cars weren't able to detect the down traffic lights, triggering traffic jams, but now they're saying it's fixed, and that the cars will just automatically treat any down traffic signals as a four-way stop. But
Mm.
we all
That's what
know
you're
how the
supposed to.
how well, yes, but you see how four-way stops with actual drivers work in general.
Yeah.
Put some self-driving cars in that, and tell me that nothing bad's gonna happen.
Well, here's the
Nothing bad is
thing.
gonna happen.
In
Yeah, right.
in theory, in the future here, not too distant future, these vehicles will be able to communicate with each other. And they'll be able, in a situation like this, they'll say, all right, this car has the right of way. Now this car has the right of way. Now, like we would do, because you always yield to the person
Right?
to your right. Yeah.
Right.
If you come at the same time. But other than that, it's whoever comes to the stop sign first. Which
Yep.
side of the road do you guys drive on down there? Are you guys like England or like us?
You know, when you drive outside the car, steered on the right hand side of the car.
Okay, so you're driving on the left
It's
side of the
controlled on
road
the
with
right
the.
side of the car. Yeah.
Are you still on the same side of the road or not?
No, we drive on the left hand side. You guys drive right hand side. But the real time here, like you give way to your
Yeah.
right. First one at the stop sign, so right away.
It's got to be weird going from one to the other. It's got to take a little bit of time to adjust. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, the
So
funny
used to
thing
doing it
is,
one way for 40 years, you know?
but they're telling these drivers cabs in London. Don't know if you've ever driven in London,
Nope.
but mate, it is terrible.
What's hilarious, I have not driven to London. I did get to see the bridge, but that was unfortunate because I rode a train for like 8 hours from Glasgow and back just to see that fucking bridge.
So is
That's
that
only the
nice little
Tower
bridge?
Bridge. That's Tower
Yeah,
Bridge.
but I did notice that I wouldn't be able to drive my truck in that entire country.
I wonder why.
It's just too big. You know what I mean?
The roads
That's
are
all
too full
Europe.
there.
That's not just there. It's Europe in general.
Yeah, it's a Ram 1500 with a 5.7 liter Hemi. Like it's a big honking truck, and it's not even the biggest truck out there. But I was like, this they would take up the entire road. Even if you pulled over to like park, no one could come by you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what like the streets are so narrow, and you got all these laneways and that they're even narrower.
It's because those buildings have been there for 1,000 years too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, heritage listed.
Which it's another interesting thing is the left side of the road thing driving was it's vestigial from jousting, which I always thought was fascinating. You keep your lance on under your right arm and pick off the guy on the horse coming at you because you know you typically right arm dominant. I always thought that was interesting. Besides that, the United States has kept everything that came out of the the British Empire, and then the rest of the British Empire got rid of it, like the empirical system. You know what I mean? We're still using feet and miles and inches. We still use Fahrenheit, which Celsius is easier and metric is easier, but I found particularly Fahrenheit is more accurate because depending on how far you are from -40, because that's where they meet.
Mm-hmm.
There might be a 5 to 6 degree difference in Fahrenheit between 1 degree difference in Celsius. Like even at like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius, versus 101 is the same on a Celsius scale. Shoot, like 103 and 100 show up at the same temperature on a Celsius scale.
Hmm.
But base 10 is easy. It's convenient. So long as you can remember the difference between kilo, milli, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? All your different meters. and where to put the decimal point based upon that. All right. Anyway, back on. Oh, here we go. Here's more Virginia Beach stuff. We've been talking about this for a while, Brian, haven't we? We've been bringing up what happened in Massachusetts too, didn't we?
Yeah.
The wind power.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, it got shut down. You see why?
It was
the
too
radar
expensive.
intersection.
Yeah, they're saying it's too reflective and it's sending radar back. And it's fucking, it's a national security issue. And the first thing I thought was, why wasn't this an issue in Massachusetts? Then I immediately thought, oh, because there's no fucking giant Navy base, Air Force base, Marine Corps base, Army base in Massachusetts, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, we cannot have our radars unsafe or not working correctly because of a bunch of freaking windmills. And I understand the want for these windmills, especially offshore, because they're less noticeable. But we need our defense systems to work.
Yeah,
And why wasn't this an issue under the Biden
because it wasn't
administration?
because it wasn't activated. Like
Yeah, if
it
they
was
weren't
under construction.
spinning, exactly, it would have been a standing blip versus something moving.
Mhm.
But yeah, and that there's got to be something they could do to make. I say that. Yes, we could make these things disappear from radar, but if we did that, we would basically tell the entire world how we do it with our jets, right? And you would think you could just paint it black and it would absorb the light, but that's not technically it's light the way a radar works, but not the same way. Not like LiDAR. Because radar, right? You shoot out a signal and it bounces off of
Radio.
anything and
I
comes
forgot
back.
what it stands for something. I forgot what it stands for.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Yeah,
well,
like
technically, radio waves are light. It's energy, right?
yeah, radar means something. Radiation and
Well, Dominion Energy is pissed off because the shutdown is now costing them $5 million a day. So they're suing the federal government to get the project turned back on.
I think Dominion's best opportunity, or best chance in this case suit right now, is to speed up the government's decision on this, because they're not going to be able to sue and say, "Screw national security, we're doing it anyway." Because the federal government can always step in and shut down a program because of national security claims, right?
Yeah.
Like always. Just like if Guapo and I decide to goof off and build ourselves a homemade nuclear reactor, technically we wouldn't have broken any laws except for maybe the way we obtained our radioactive materials. But the government would shut it down in a damn hurry, saying, you're going to poison and kill everybody, you know? Yeah. As Guapo's like, I wouldn't make a reactor, I'd make a bomb.
no, a reactor. Make more money,
Hell
Or
yeah.
thermal energy too. Oh, if we're gonna have fusion, but they keep killing fucking scientists and shit.
Yeah, the MIT dude.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Why it was targeted.
Were you here? Were you here last week?
No, towards the end, I was in and out.
Okay, because that's believed to be linked to the Brown shooting.
Yeah, shooter. But why he was target? That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as I heard that they killed this guy who was working on fusion technology instead of fission tech,
I mean, how far will he
then
got?
he's dead, and I was like, "This was an oil company."
Did he got? How close did he got to it? That's
They
the other
didn't.
thing.
We don't know what his research
I mean,
was.
he
But
could
if he made any
went.
breakthrough,
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh, he just started this class. Like he just started classes.
That's too bad, because if we could get near free energy, and I understand why people that make money off energy would want to stop it, but if we could get near free energy,
Yep.
dear God, how much would that save? How many Americans' lives would that save every year if they could heat their homes all winter?
We do nuclear energy, but people too fucking scared for it.
Well, nuclear is great, but fission tech is fusion's even better.
Yeah, but fusion is unstable.
Well,
Unstable.
from what I understand is this guy, I heard rumors anyway that what this guy's breakthrough was he had gone through this fission. We could already fuse atoms. We just couldn't figure out how to harness any of the energy from it, right?
Right.
From what I understand, was he figured out how to harness the energy, or at least more of it
Bas-
than before.
Yeah, but basically, all you want to do is turn water into steam, and that's how you get energy. You
Mm.
know,
Well, with nuclear, yes, that's
and with
fission
anything.
technology versus that's fission versus fusion.
Yeah,
Fusion
no, but I said,
technology, but fusion is you have literally have a star.
okay. What are you? How you gonna obtain energy out of the star? You have to heat up water.
Not necessarily. I know what you're saying. You heat up the water, it creates steam, it spins a turbine, turbine
Mm-hmm.
spins magnets past
Right.
wires,
So
electricity is induced. I get
with
that.
fusion, they know there's other ways. What
If
is
you
it
have a
called?
fucking
Dissimilar,
star, if you have a
dissimilar
star,
metal.
just put solar panels around it.
It's not even suitable, man.
Just why that's just like we should make a Dyson sphere, but we don't have nearly the tech to make a Dyson sphere.
I think you get more out of steam than actually solar panels.
You do, but that's because we can spin it faster and faster.
Mm-hmm. And you get hot water. You know.
Yeah, which that's what makes me laugh too, because people point at like nuclear reactors, like look at the disgusting poisonous smoke. I'm like, that's literally steam.
Steam, yeah.
Like that's
The cool.
steam that's coming
Right.
out. It's boiled
Yeah,
water.
Nothing. No pollution whatsoever.
It doesn't the water that goes into the reactor is not the same as the water that steams out. It's a
Oh,
different
they
type
call
of
it heavy water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's safe enough in general. Wouldn't want to go
Yeah,
swimming in
they
it.
don't interact. It's just the water used to cool off the heavy water. They interact
Yeah.
with it. Yeah, they don't.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what
It's
brings it back to liquid form.
It's radiation, basically a radiation, like radiator, basically.
Yeah, it cools it back down so it can go back and be used again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. You guys have no idea what a Dyson sphere is, do you?
Our politicians in Australia. So that's where our politicians in Australia, mate, they're bought out, they're sold souls, mate. They're trying to get that clean renewable stuff, which isn't going to work. It's not going to be enough to power a nation.
No.
There's
Yeah.
going to be times when the sun's down. There's going to be times when it stops on wind.
Well, here's the thing. You could easily make your parking lots at your grocery stores. You could easily put like a carport over the entire parking lot and make it solar panels. Boom,
Yeah.
power that entire shopping complex. But you know what I mean? We just don't do shit like that.
What? Not better than going along.
Just like I love the idea of putting.
Yeah,
you're breaking up something nasty, dude.
Oh, it's just so
But yeah.
Australia coal, mate. Got so much coal here. It's unbelievable. We got uranium coming out of East here.
Uranium's a useful
we
metal.
really need nuclear. We really need nuclear here in Australia.
And see, that's something that always makes me laugh too. Is Australia is one of these clean energy nations, right?
Yeah.
As they're the biggest producer of coal on the fucking planet. It's like, you do realize that sending the coal somewhere else to be burned still goes into the same fucking environment, atmosphere?
Yeah.
Oh,
We've got license now for coal. Our coal's probably one of the cleanest coals as well.
It's funny. I was actually just recently looking at a coal forge, and I'm pretty sure most of the what we call coke, as far as coal goes, I think most of it comes out of Australia. It burns hotter and longer, so it's real good for making a forge at home. You could run the same hunk of coal same batch of coal all day, and it won't take as long to heat up your metal before you can start shaping it. Right now, I'm using propane. Works well enough. It's abundant too. It's easy to get my hands on propane, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Colorado. Check this out. Colorado is shutting down natural gas. That is a northern state. Does not border Canada, does it? It's just one of the square states up there, though, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Minnesota's north, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's on the border.
Oh, it does border. Okay. It's been a minute since I've actually looked at a map and checked exactly where each state was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not Canada.
But it gets cold in Colorado, and they're shutting down natural gas, which is gonna spike electric costs and usage, and you're going to get these blackouts that you see every time they try to turn everything electric, like in California, which leads to fucking substation fires because everyone's trying to charge their car and heat their house at the same time.
Mm.
So yeah, energy bill is now going to explode, and they're going to blame Trump for the cost of living to going up, even though it was their elected government that's putting these policies in place that's driving your costs up. Oh. All right. Brian,
Yep.
how are these new home use solar panels going? Because I remember for a while there was a big giant scam when they were
They're
offering to come
still,
out. They're still garbage.
I think
yeah.
so.
I mean, I can see if you get solar panels just to like get you a couple of light bulbs going on in your house, no big deal. But the
But it
price,
wouldn't be enough to just charge up a battery.
it would not be enough to charge the entire house. To like, I can see your lighting needs, like, but you got your oven, your refrigerator, your TV. Usually, I mean, yeah.
Well, I was thinking about getting one of them giant batteries from, I think it's Tesla, but it's one of Elon Musk's companies. It's a huge
Mm.
battery you put on the wall that it's enough to run your house for days.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Charging that up with my whole house generator, right? And
Hmm.
just leaving it on the wall. And then when power goes out, have it automatically eat the battery first, then kick on the generator after that to charge the battery and run the house until the battery's charged and let the battery run.
Well, the downside about the giant battery is disposing of it. Once it just doesn't work, you're gonna
They
go through
are
that
difficult
headache.
to get rid of. And
Mm-hmm.
if
The
you're gonna
best,
have an accidental electrical fire, it's probably at your giant freaking battery,
I
right?
think the best thing would be like a house generator to run our propane gas
That's exactly what
tanks.
I got. I got an 800-gallon tank.
Yeah, then because
It'll run for over a week, no problem.
yeah, and all you need is just heat up water, cooking some stuff, and once in the nighttime with candles, in the
Mm.
fireplace.
Yeah, actually, yeah, last year, right when we moved in here, power was going out all the time. It was crazy,
Mm.
and the generator it kicks on within seconds of power shutting off, which is
Yeah,
great.
no, that's the greatest thing ever, dude.
Yeah, yeah, and you sit there and wait because you're on your phone and watching TV, and
Hmm.
ooh, everything shuts off, and then you hear the generator kick on, and everything come on. You just sit there and wait like 5 minutes for the internet to connect to everything again.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Mm.
upstate New York somewhere is one of these areas that decided to start doing electric school buses, right?
Yep. Not a bit. Electric and cold weather do not really go all that well together.
No.
No, they don't, which is hilarious because growing up, didn't your parents tell you to put the batteries in the fridge when they weren't used?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's different. Lithium's different, dude. Lithium technology,
Lithium is a
the battery.
lot different.
Yeah.
Uh, well, the big issue is it was upstate New York, like
Hmm.
way up north, not New York City.
Yeah.
So some of these kids, one, it's cold as hell, right? And some of these kids are like my kid, have an hour bus ride home.
Hmm.
The bus's battery didn't have enough juice to get there and back and run the heat at the same time.
Yeah, you have to wear like an Eskimo gear to go in the bus.
Well, these kids, parents are suing the school system because these kids, elementary school kids, coming home with blue lips and blue fingers because it was like
Dude.
10 degrees or 0 degrees on the bus,
Mm.
you know? And
That's what you get for being woke,
yeah, it's like, oh, my kid. It's like, well, you the one who said this is a great idea, you know?
Yeah. Should have let technology run this course, because whenever the cell phone came out, it was a big brick, and you're like, I can afford that. Let it technology get better, cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing too, is like your car is different than a school bus. A school
Hmm.
bus is a lot heavier. It requires a lot more energy to move that thing, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you're gonna need way more batteries in that thing. And we talked about this before, when everyone loved Tesla before they hated it. how replacing one of the batteries in that thing cost almost as much as a new car.
Mm.
Because like Wapo says, like, what do you do with the old battery? You can't just throw it in the trash. It's gonna blow
Yeah.
up in a landfill when it gets wet, you know?
Yeah, imagine you or the battery catch on fire is gonna be hard to possible to put out.
Well, yeah,
I
water
don't
ain't
think
gonna
you
put
got
it out.
you're not gonna have the infrastructure to put it out. AFFF and stuff, and now they talk about being cancerous and shit.
You sure that's AFFF? I thought it was still just halon that was a
No,
carcinogen.
you had to use AFFF on them.
Oh yeah. I thought halon was the one that was the carcinogen, not. I didn't think
That
AFFF.
no, that's it. Like the lawyers, like, hey, you be exposed to AFFF.
Yeah, I remember I said I haven't seen that for a while.
Call this number. We're gonna look into it and all type of
Of
deal.
course they are.
Well, that's the thing. Is like, yes, I was exposed to AFFF. I used it to fucking fight fires.
Yeah.
So, well, you shouldn't have done that. It's like, what was I supposed to do? I mean, there was a Bravo fire in the village. Jet fuel was on fire. It was either dump the halon or use AFFF. And no one wanted the halon because we all knew that was gonna make us have cancer.
Mm-hmm. That was worse than
I'll
AFFF.
head out. Well, I'll come back and I'll check to see if he's on. What about?
All right.
All right, man. We got a
Yeah.
ways to go, and
Short
just
time
having a
to get
good
there.
post Christmas get together here. Be safe. Man, I wish he had a better signal.
Mm-hmm.
It is a long way for that signal to travel and not be deteriorated, though. And here we go, Brian. Another lady teacher has been busted abusing students, but this kid was 11.
That's a little young.
Yeah, and she was engaged to a man who obviously called that marriage off.
Hell yeah.
And she cried when she was sentenced.
What do you think is
and
gonna happen?
Well, I don't remember what the sentence was, but I remember thinking that's a joke for
Probably no prison
diddling
time.
11. Huh?
This thing's
6
getting
years.
out of hand, dude. This shit is getting out of hand.
The student's father found 35,000 text messages from the teacher.
About making out with this kid in class in the school.
God damn.
She's only getting 12 years in prison.
No, she's getting 6 years in prison with a suspended sentence of 6 more.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, she was facing 12 years total. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, we're still hearing about these dude teachers, dudes in general around children, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all these stories come up.
35,000 explicit text messages. That is freaking insane.
And the kid's 11. You didn't think his parents were ever going to check his phone?
Right.
Jeez Louise. Let's just be glad that most criminals are stupid. For real.
Look, I think we need to have at least 50-50 division between teachers, 50 males, 50 females. At least this kind of gonna mitigate this.
See, that's something a lot of people say, but then they see a male teacher in an elementary school or even a high school, especially a high school, actually. They get upset, like, oh, he's going to touch these 17-year-old girls. But then there's no dude teachers. Like, where are the man teachers? Well,
Yeah, now you
call
got
them all pedophiles, so they went and got a different job.
Yeah.
Now you got the woman having sex, having kids with kids.
Oh, this has been an ongoing issue for a while that Brian and I have been making it a point to try to cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's always a woman.
They're not gonna cover it, dude.
No, but if it was Mr. Brown
Mm-hmm.
making out with a 17-year-old who's only a year from being legal anyway, that's going to be everywhere, and he's going to be in prison forever. Versus this woman who completely took advantage of an 11-year-old. Yeah. And at least this article didn't say anything about the MAPS, the minor attracted people, minor attracted persons. Well, the LGBTQ is now accepting those folks into their group. I'm like, dear God.
Are they accepting furries into their group?
Probably.
Yes. The dude who killed Charlie Kirk's a furry. And his trans boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, is a furry too.
Excuse me.
Dear God, man. What have happened to shame? self-respect, you know?
Dude, like now, there's the female teachers. They got husbands and shit, still having sex with kids. Like, God, damn, how would you feel as a husband? Like, damn, my wife went to have sex with a minor.
Yeah, you're not good enough. I had to bang the
Yeah.
11-year-old.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, she
Mm.
did they even offer her chemical castration? Because that's something that we offer for men who rape and take advantage of kids, right?
Mhm.
All right.
No, it's funny because when you were a teenager, you're like, yeah. Now you as an adult and you got kids, like, no, you know.
That was you being a dumb kid thinking it'd be funny.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But you don't know what kind of disease they got, you know, who they're sleeping with, you know. And you push somebody a kid to die.
Hmm. Yeah, and I don't even care about this one. Some UN lady just got fired at Georgetown for
Hmm.
anti-Semitic comments.
No.
What else is new, right? Like everyone's a
Yeah.
Nazi, but kill the Jews. I'm not a Nazi, but kill the Jews. I'm not a Nazi, but I believe in socialism. It's like
Yeah.
you're picking up all of the same arguments the Nazis actually did.
Dude,
Right.
You
somebody
know,
made an argument about Hitler being a liberal and the point he was doing,
he
all
was.
the policies that he's pushing. Like, yeah, you're a liberal.
I've been bringing this up since I worked at 7-Eleven in Newport News for
Hmm.
yeah, no, it was Hampton, Virginia.
Mm.
I'm like, I don't understand why everyone says he's right wing because he was. Like, I don't know, he was a socialist. Uh,
They think it's right way because it's backed up by the military, but you know he took power over it. You know,
when the Democrats are in office, they have control of the military,
I
right?
know,
Yep.
yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same for them. You know, that's the way they see things.
Yeah, I want to take over where you live, force my views upon you, take from you and give it to other people. That's what I hear from the Democrats. That's what they run on for office, isn't it?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Totally what they
That's
run on.
yeah. That's why you just want to hand these guys a history book. Like, you guys,
They're not
actually, it's
gonna read
funny.
it. They're gonna be like, "This is the right wing propaganda."
No,
They're not.
it's funny you say that because that dude Sean I keep in touch with. He and
Hmm.
I talked about this maybe a couple years ago at this point. He's like, can you prove any of this? That what this is what Hitler, what his what happened, or even knows his idea or his plan. So I was like,
Hmm.
sure. Here's a book. It's called My Plan when translated to English. And he's like, oh,
Hmm.
dude, this is Mein Kampf. And I was like, yes, it means My Plan, written by
Hmm.
Adolf Hitler. Read
Yeah,
this
he could.
book and tell me it does not agree with your points of view. He refused to read it.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it because you hate Nazis or you're afraid to find out that you agree with Hitler's policies?
I kind of want to read it now, dude. I may have to get a copy myself.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't just walk into a Barnes and Noble anymore.
Because they took it out of the show.
Well, I tried to get a copy of Rules for Radicals by Saul
Hmm.
Alinsky back in Virginia,
Yeah.
and they didn't have it in stock. So they're like, oh, we can order you on no problem. I was like, oh, cool.
We've
Like, we
had
just
this
need,
conversation
yeah,
before.
yeah, we just need your information. I was like, no, I'll come by and pick it up in a week. Like, well, we need. I was like, no, no way you're gonna hand the government a piece of paper saying that I'm getting a book how to
Didn't
live
you
without the
try to
government.
get the anarchist cookbook the same way too?
Yes, at the same place. And the funniest thing is the
You
anarchist
had,
cookbook
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
even
they gave
to be
you
violent. It's to live without. It's to live alone.
you had to what's the word looking for? You had to give your actual number ID or just a number, a name.
I had to give them my name and my phone number so they can contact me to let me know my
Mm.
book was in.
I would have been like, "Hey, my name is Pablo," but you don't look like a
Yeah,
Pablo. You don't know that.
yeah. Either way, I
You
wasn't giving them
how do
my
you know I
information.
would identify as?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a black woman, lesbian.
Yeah, that's good.
So therefore, you're not allowed to ask questions of me, or else you're a bigot, because I follow the school of Corinne Jean Pierre.
I'm a black woman that like white girls, white woman.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm a black lesbian woman. I just like to use my penis on white ladies.
Yeah.
uh, Keith Ellison. I know this name. Who is this guy?
Isn't that from
Oh,
CNN?
Minnesota Attorney General.
Yes.
He came out and posted, excuse me, that they're cracking down on fraud. And, we're
Yeah.
solving all of these problems because, all you guys are stupid. And he got torn apart. And it's like, well, how come you didn't give a shit about this until the federal government exposed it? How come nobody noticed the billions of dollars disappearing? Which is even more fun right now. There's almost 100 mayors from Minnesota that are, quote, decrying the widespread fraud in a letter to Walls. And Walls, he's like, we're going to crack down on this shit. We don't let this shit happen. We're better than this. Like, dude, you've been letting it happen since COVID.
Right.
Actually, before that. Does your average Democrat voter not? I don't understand, Brian. How can you possibly see this happening and not say, what the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
It
makes no sense whatsoever.
At some point, you have to say, come on, this is not okay. We need to put someone else in office. And they tried to make this guy vice president.
Mm-hmm.
And now Maine is suspending Medicaid program payments to a Somali charity program for the same reason. More Somalis. What's going on
I
here?
see a pattern.
Yeah, but what's going on that's making that it's only the Somali groups doing it? Did they leave their country with the intention of doing this?
Honestly, they come with a society that corruption. That's the way of life. No.
Okay, what about the Haitians and the Cubans and you know what I mean? Those people that get out of there come here and are like, oh, thank God I'm not there anymore.
Because Cuba at least they had like a society. They had Somalia they had a government structure. It was just tribes fighting each other.
So you come here and you have a chance to not be at constant war.
But
it's think that's a good idea?
Is it in the culture to be the way they are? Unfortunately,
so we shouldn't allow any of these people in our country at all, is what you're telling me. Because the entire freaking country is corrupt.
Yes.
Somalia hasn't had a working government since the 80s.
Yeah.
But we're electing them into our government while they're saying she's Somalian first.
Well, she represents Somalia over in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. What if she was involved in all this fraud? Was it Sleigh, right?
Yeah. No, Omar.
Omar. Sleigh's the one from Massachusetts, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That I confuse most of those what they call them the AOC's group that doesn't exist anymore.
About, but...
The squad.
The squad. Yeah, there you go. Now AOC has been completely cast out of that group because she's sounding more and more like Pelosi every day.
Well, she wants to be Speaker of the House.
Yeah, well, will her constituents vote for her after she's taken a dump on who elected her?
Probably.
Or are they going to go further left?
No, both blue, no matter who.
Well, yeah, but there's going to be they could vote for the Mamdani guy or the AOC gal.
But what?
If AOC was far left and moved towards, Pelosi left, why wouldn't they go for another far lefter to replace her? I mean, someone else could run the primary against her. Excuse me. Boston just got two dudes in Boston just got busted for snap fraud too.
Where he's from?
Huh?
Where's he from?
It doesn't say that they're not here legally, but the names did not sound European, which that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah.
But these weren't even grocery stores. They were like corner store bodegas that at times were claiming $500,000 in SNAP benefits a month being turned in. whereas the grocery stores were claiming $82,000 a month. Yeah. And this is exactly what we were talking about before. They were basically they were buying food stamps, basically. People
Yeah.
were coming in buying booze and cigarettes or just straight up trade in for cash. And then they would punch it in the computer and take the food stamps and get paid. Keep hearing about how we're fucking everybody by cracking down on this obvious fraud, but there'd be more money to go around to help the people that actually need it if we weren't letting this jackass walk off with $9 million or freaking
Right.
Minnesota steal $9 billion.
Well, about up Maine, where they've got a smaller cherry up there that shows they've got $1 million in fraud in Maine. $1 million in Maine. Have you ever been to Maine?
Yes, I have
And
several times actually. I used
how
to
big of a
vacation there every
state is
year.
Maine? How many people live in Maine?
Size-wise, it's decent for New England,
But what about
but
population wise?
population-wise, it's got fewer people than Massachusetts. It's
A whole lot
sparse like West
fewer.
Virginia.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
$1
but yeah,
million.
we used to go. We
I
used to
could
go.
get my
Hmm?
I could get my cop from PDF file out of the internet.
There you go.
Okay.
That's probably the better way to get it.
I want the audiobook. I have to listen to it. Yeah.
But yeah, we used to go skiing and whitewater rafting in Maine every year.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, again, and the Maine is more Somalis.
Right. Another smallish area again.
Come on, like at some point you have to say there's a pattern, right?
Yep. Oh, is there a video that goes with this one?
Oh, with the able-bodied rules,
Please
I
do
think
video.
I'm pretty
Please do
sure there
video.
is. They're saying that people that are like 18 to 65
No, no video.
are not disabled, don't have children under 15, working less than 20 hours a week, might be cut off from food stamp benefits. I don't see a problem with that.
I
And
don't
the
either.
crazy thing is this article used the guy as an example of why this is so fucked up. He's a felon. He's like, I can't get a real job because I'm a felon. No one wants to look past that. I'm like, well, did you stab someone?
Well,
Did you rob someone? Who wants to hire you?
yeah, exactly. You
It's like, you're a
know?
thief. Do I want to
Yeah,
hire you to steal from me too?
right.
This isn't our fault that you're not going to get SNAP benefits. It's your fault for being
Yeah.
a felon.
Yep.
Don't be a felon and you could probably get a job. But again, you couldn't find a better example of someone who's being pushed aside.
I
You had
think
to go.
didn't Clinton try to put these kind of rules in place and it lasted for a little while and then another Democrat came in and wiped the rules off the books because it
I'm
wasn't
not
fair
sure,
to
but that
everybody.
sounds. I'm not sure, but that sounds about right. You shouldn't be allowed you to sit on your ass and smoke pot and collect the government check.
I mean, if I could figure out a way to do that, I definitely would, you know. I mean, that sounds like the way to go, but
Well, yeah, this article specifically says like, some Americans might have to start skipping meals. I was like, fuck you. I was like, I have skipped plenty of meals. I have literally been homeless, and the government didn't give a fuck to help me because
yep,
I was doing too well. I was like, well, I'm homeless and I'm not eating. So how are these people possibly qualifying for any of this shit if they have a place to live?
right.
How are they paying their rent? And you know what? Not being fucking bailed out by the government is probably what saved my ass, honestly. It put a hitch in my giddy up,
Uh-huh.
right? Or my get along. And I started making much better decisions because I was like, I'm gonna die.
Right.
And shit, now I own a house, the house next door. I can literally hunt in my backyard. Had the government bailed me out, I would probably still be suckling that teat. Why bother going doing this if someone's gonna pay my rent and my food anyway? I can go out and do side jobs, get enough money to buy some pot, sit at home, get stoned, and get paid.
Yeah.
I do like sharing North Korea stuff, Brian. They've released an image of what they're saying is their first nuclear powered submarine.
Yes, I shared that. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. I saw it too. I might not have shared it.
Yep.
Um, I immediately thought of that last ship we watched them try to launch when
The Saint
that
immediately.
capsized in minutes. And all I can think is how many people were executed for that thing going straight to the bottom of the bay,
Yeah.
you know?
But this is an issue, though, as
Is it?
if North Korea actually perfects this shit, then, that's going to be a bigger threat to us, because they're going to be able to bring their subs all the way to our coast like Russia does.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if this is actually a nuclear powered sub or if it has nearly the capabilities of ours. Because North Korea is full of shit. But okay, Russia can come right up to our shores. Are they dumb enough to give away their position and attack us?
Yes.
Oh, not Russia though. Russia knows better at least, right?
Yeah, but North Korea won't.
Shh. I got a feeling if North Korea actually launched a missile from a nuclear powered sub and hit the United States, I am pretty sure Congress would get behind an actual declaration of war.
But you can't nuke North Korea because South Korea is on the same island.
You don't need to drop 6 or 7 Moabs on them. You don't need to go nuclear.
Eye for an eye.
Yeah, okay, you could nuke them back, but you don't need to. You don't even need to. And if North Korea actually tried to deploy a nuclear missile from a nuclear powered, then yeah, we might actually nuke them off the planet and South Korea would become an island. But I think Kim Jong Un, as full of himself as is, he's not dumb enough to think he could actually take on the United States military. What you think if
Okay.
he attacked the United States and the United States retaliated, that the rest of these communist countries would get on board? You think China and Russia would just unite with North Korea to fight the United States?
Maybe.
I doubt it. Especially with the Russia's having enough trouble with Ukraine, and we're just handing them weapons, not operating them ourselves. Well, and here's an interesting. I saw this too. Um, there was what a Christmas Day was it or Christmas Eve bombing from the United States?
Is there proof it's from the United States?
Well, on Nigeria, yeah, Christmas night.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Russian general.
Oh, I missed him. I'm sorry. It was already highlighted and I just automatically skipped it. My mistake. Yeah. You know what? It almost sounded like I was setting up to go into that when I said when I was talking about Russia with you. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
know.
you tried to walk me into it and I just didn't see it, huh?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did you see this, Guapo? A Russian general was essentially assassinated by a car bomb in Moscow.
He was the Armed Forces General stat. He's the training director for Russia.
Was this a Ukrainian
They're blaming it on
black op?
UK. They're blaming it on Ukraine. Yeah,
I'm
they
sure
are.
they are, but I know a lot of the Russian citizens are upset about what's going on. Do you think it's at least possible that a citizen did this, trying to end the war?
Anything's possible.
True. It's possible an American citizen did it who decided to go out there on their own too, but yeah, Christmas night attack on Nigeria. Excuse me. These jihadist groups that have been exterminating the Christians.
Mainly Christians, yes.
Well,
But they
they're
did come out and say this is, you know, for all religious freedoms.
oh yeah. But these jihadist groups were targeting well, Jews and Christians, basically, anyone who wasn't
Yeah,
Muslim.
right. Uh-huh.
But there's a large Christian group in our base in Nigeria. I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but the missionaries that went to Africa a century ago, 2 centuries ago, spread Christianity. Uh, and they've been this is something we brought up in this show more than once. Actually, when the
Yeah.
whole Israel thing came up, and Ukraine was going on. I was like, why does no one give a shit about Nigeria? And finally, Trump addressed it, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
And he's done something about it. He blew up a jihadi group, and some of the villages that were near where these bombings went off complained.
Who lives in the
Um,
villages?
huh?
Christians or Muslims?
That's a good question. It doesn't specify. See,
That'd be
but
my
if you
first
could,
question.
yeah, exactly.
Because if it's a Christian, I would be supporting what Trump's doing, you know?
Maybe, but maybe not on Christmas Day.
Maybe.
You know, like World War One actually had a ceasefire armistice where the two sides got together and drank beer
For a day.
on Christmas Day for what 12 hours. Then
But
went
then they
back to
also said that probably led to the earlier end of the war because the
no one wanted to
soldiers
die.
soldiers had a hard time fighting each other after they got to know each other a little bit.
And you can say that's good or bad. Realistically, it was good that the
Right.
war ended, but bad because that left it open ended for the second one to kick off,
Yeah.
especially with the sanctions put on Germany after it. Which something everyone's always brought up was World War One never ended. I've even said this. It was an extension. World War Two never happened. It was an extension of World War One ending because of the rules put on Germany. The thing is, after World War Two ended, we put the same regulations on Japan, and Japan became an economic superpower after it, didn't they?
Yeah, because we were providing for their defense like we've been
True.
providing for Europe's defense for the last 40 years.
Yeah. Japan's just now being allowed to build a military because of China. They have literally had no military. And I don't think
Yeah,
people
well,
realize that.
we're not going to leave Japan either because that's a very strategic location for us in the Pacific
Oh yeah.
to have
You
all
kidding
our
me?
Navy there and the Marines there and stuff. So
Yeah, you got the Korean Peninsula, you got China, the Philippines are all within
because we don't have a
reasonable
base in the
range.
Philippines anymore. So
No, we left?
yeah, they kicked
When?
us out after our 100-year lease ran out.
Well, that's their right. But
Yeah.
that also means when shit goes down, don't call us for help, right? Which you know as well as I will show up the fuck anyway because we'll get involved in almost any fight on the planet for some reason.
Well, we not as much as we used to.
Very true. But while we were bombing these jihadis in Nigeria, Turkey also went ahead and detained 115 ISIS suspects in a nationwide raid ahead of the Christmas and the New Year. I'm still not sure what I think of Turkey, and when Brian comes back from draining the lizard, I'm gonna get his opinion. I've been to Turkey. The people were great. The food was okay. Um, I had I had a couple different things of the food. The lamb was really good, but it was so oily. Uh, but yeah, the people were great. I was speaking to these Muslim dudes, spoke perfect English, was awesome. Like no confusion. And these guys said the same thing as me. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I mean, we're worshiping the same God. We just see it different. And I was like, yeah, I follow Jacob and you follow Isaac. And Brian probably knows this. Islam and Christianity have a common root.
Yes, they do.
Um, Abraham, right?
Yep.
And Christianity is the sons of Jacob. Islam is the sons of Isaac, the sons of Abraham.
Right.
I'm not sure if everyone's aware of that, but was it Jacob was supposed to kill Isaac on oh shoot, what was the mountain called? I can't remember. It's anyway, that doesn't matter. But yeah, Turkey just detained all these guys, these ISIS suspects. What's your view on Turkey, Brian? Because I
Well, they're
loved the
part of
country.
NATO.
I like the yes, but they seem to keep siding with Russia on a lot of stuff, don't they?
Yes, they do.
How are you possibly NATO and going against every rule of NATO? And we don't hear about Turkey being involved very often in military conflict, honestly.
No.
So, I mean, in general, these people are pretty peaceful. Maybe they're just looking for the best deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't be doing business with the guys that are the enemy of the people that you claim to be a part of, you know?
Right.
But I'd like to go back to Turkey again. It was great. Had a lot of fun. I will
Yeah.
say it was a little intimidating when the call to prayer went off as a white Christian in the middle of the city street. You know,
Bosnia is that way too.
yeah, he's just like, uh-oh. That
But
was
I
actually
really like peeing in the little trot in the hole in the ground.
yes, wonders of modern plumbing, right? Ah, I guess it's still better than just throwing a bucket out the second story window on everyone walking by, right?
Yeah, definitely better than that, especially if I'm walking by.
Exactly. Um, so we have a blockade
Yes.
apparently with the Venezuelan unsanctioned oil tankers.
Uh-huh.
I'm not, or I'm sorry, sanctioned. I'm not 100% sure exactly what all this means
We
because
talked about this on
I
the
know, but
last
they're
show.
Iranian and they're Venezuelan. Is it
No,
any
there
sanctioned
is
ship
these are UN sanctions that are in place on specific oil tankers.
saying you're not allowed to do business at all, or you're not allowed to go
They're calling
there?
them shadow tankers because they're known for going in North Korea and getting shit. They're known for going places and pulling oil out where they're not supposed to be pulling it out. So the UN put sanctions in place, and we're the first country and the first president is actually doing something about it. We're
So is that
seizing
why
the
is
we're
that why the
seizing.
rest of the world is talking trash but not doing anything about it because it actually is the rules?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Trump's the
Uh,
first president that's had the cojones to like do something with these sanctions that they put in place.
well, here's the thing: is several days ago, one of these tankers was being approached by the U.S. Coast Guard,
Yep.
and it turned tail back into the Atlantic Ocean to take off. And
Right.
the Coast Guard pursued it for a while. Now the Navy is still following it. They're talking about bringing in a team because they won't stop.
Uh-huh.
They're talking about bringing in a special team.
Like the seals.
That's what I said. It's like these are either gonna be like Marines or SEALs that are
Yep.
coming to this vessel.
Right.
And no matter which team shows up, you don't want to be there when they show up, right?
No.
I mean, the Marines are terrifying enough, let alone the Navy SEALs, because they won't even come in through helicopters. They'll climb up the fucking side of the ship in the middle of the night.
If it's going slow enough.
Yeah, and everyone else will just be gone, not even dead on the ship, gone. They just won't be there anymore, and they'll be bringing it to Texas to seize all the freaking oil cargo.
Well, that was fun. The reporters asked what we were going to do with the oil we're seizing. He's like, we're going to keep it.
Yeah, what do you think we're gonna do with it? You know, it's like, oh, we're gonna pour it in the ground. We're gonna pour it in the ocean. No, it's gonna be gasoline, you idiots.
Yep. Strategic reserves. Full
Speaking
again.
of, yeah, I haven't heard anything about that yet, and this is something I brought up recently too. Did
Yes.
uh, are we gonna refill this, or did Trump just give up, knowing that the next Democrat's gonna empty it out anyway?
I think he'll still refill it.
All right, that ain't gonna be cheap. That's a lot of oil. Now, maybe, like you said, maybe these seized tankers could be exactly that, just barrels of crude oil.
Yeah.
Uh, do people know where these strategic reserves are hidden?
Nope.
Okay.
You?
So it's not like the bad guy can just come in and bomb it as soon as the war starts, right?
I don't think so. No.
And realistically, it's probably underground, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not just a warehouse in Montana.
No, it's definitely in the ground out west.
Yeah, exactly. Hidden somewhere in the heartland where you gotta cross a mountain range on either side. So it's and what? How many miles to get to the heartland of the United States from the sea?
A lot.
Yeah,
Thousands.
even with a jet, it's gonna take you a while to get there, and there's
Yep.
enough defense between there and the ocean.
Your best bet's with a balloon.
You're right. You're right. We just ignore it until it takes all the pictures at once. Then we shoot it down, right?
Yeah, and transmits the pictures.
That's what got me. Is I actually had people like, well, we shot it down so they didn't get the chip out of the camera. I was like, you honestly think they needed to get the fucking chip out of the camera? And like, well, I do. I was like, take a picture with your phone.
Exactly. It was
I was like,
automatically. It was sent to the cloud instantly after it was taken.
yeah, I was like, I was like, hand me your phone. I can set it up right now. So when you take a picture, it shows up on my phone instantly. I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Like, why can't they do that with a spy balloon?
They most definitely can.
It's like, you don't think the Chinese government, especially espionage, has more tech than your fucking cell phone? For the love of God, dude. They got to go get the chip out of the camera. That's at the bottom of the ocean.
That's some technologically inept people that say shit like
I know.
that.
That's when you're like, yes, no, you're right. They have to go get the roll of fucking light sensitive film out of the camera and develop it in a dark room, right?
Yep, I've done that.
I have too, and it's a lot of fun.
It is.
And it's funny. I was actually thinking about getting the wife a really nice camera for the beautiful scenery here. I was like, fuck, I'd have to build a dark room. I was like, where am I going to get pictures developed? And I was like, and if we're taking our own pictures, we're going to want our own dark room to develop them the way we want them to come out, you know?
Yeah.
But then, like, realistically, I don't even know what to do with the chemical waste. Like, what do you do with the developer and the stop bath when you're done with it?
Yep.
And I'm assuming because you've done this before as a photographer, you know what developer and stop bath is.
Of course I do. Before I joined the Navy, I was doing photography in high school, and I had a dark room in my basement at the house.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what did you do with the chemical waste? Did you have to call for special pickup, or did you have to go somewhere?
No, this was back in the early
poured it in the
80s.
fucking
I
earth,
was
didn't
poured
you?
it into the fucking toilet, and it went down the septic tank.
And cleaned out your pipes on the way through.
I hope so.
All right.
But remember, this was the early 80s, so things were different back then.
Yeah, like, oh, it's going in the septic tank. Who cares? And the funny thing is, did you actually have a septic tank, or did you have a
Yeah, we
septic?
do. We had
Or did
septic
you have
tank.
or did you have a cesspit?
No, we had a
I grew
septic
up-
tank.
I grew up with a pit, and it was basically a giant hole dug, and then a bigger piece of steel placed over it with a lid, and then that was buried. So like there was no actual tank; it would leach into the ground.
No, we had tanks in Michigan.
Yeah.
Where I was
When we
growing up.
sold the house, we had to put in a septic system because cesspits were illegal now.
Right.
Do you know what it costs to dig a hole to put it in a fucking septic tank, dude?
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, about 10 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's a guy, former soldier, got multiple life sentences. He killed a couple to get money to go fight the Venezuelan government as a mercenary.
Mhm.
Now, before he heard the liberals screaming about, why are you going there to do that? He also went to Ukraine to fight for Ukraine as a mercenary too. Okay, so just before
Yeah.
anyone loses their shit, this guy just liked to fight apparently,
Right.
and killed a couple trying to basically rob them to get money to go fight in a war that wasn't his.
Uh-huh.
Which you could say Venezuela is our war, but I'm pretty sure that we need Congress involved for that to happen, you know? And here's something I saw, and you saw it too.
Yeah.
The Golden Fleet, as Trump is calling it,
Uh-huh.
is they're calling them Trump class, which is hilarious. But they're making new battleships.
Yep. There's a picture of the artist rendering that I just shared.
That does not look anywhere like the battleships we currently have.
No, I don't think it would. I don't think it's gonna look like that. I mean, they're talking about having rail guns on it and all kinds of shit, you know. It's not
We abandoned our railgun program a decade ago.
well, Trump's bringing it back.
Oh, I think we should, but maybe it's because we saw Japan testing theirs out. Like, oh, it does work. Because we had an issue, and
Because
here's
this
the thing
looks more like a a cruiser destroyer with extra
Yes,
armament on it. You
that's
see the
exactly what I
age,
thought.
you can see the Aegis radar on the side there. So
Yeah, you can. And I do not see a Sea Whiz though. Interesting. Did they
it
forget to
might
put it in the
there might be
picture?
it might be up front,
The
but
close-in weapon system. That's a terrifying weapon, isn't it?
yeah,
For anyone unfamiliar with the Sea Whiz, it looks like an R2D2. That's what we all called it.
yep, Gatling
Uh,
gun.
what was it like? Oh, depleted uranium rounds or tungsten rounds, and it was something like 2,000 rounds a minute or something like that.
Hmm.
And it was literally you'd literally put up a wall of tungsten in the sky
Yeah, but
if
nobody
nothing
knew
else
that
worked.
Trump was working on this new class of Navy ships.
Well, see, that's interesting because the first thing I thought was like, what are we going to do with a battleship these days, short of an amphibious invasion? You know, like really, what are you going to do with a battleship?
But it is a category that we're definitely lacking in. We got carriers, we got cruisers, we got destroyers. We don't have anything that can,
What are you? Yeah, but what are you going to do with a battleship?
I don't know, shoot shit.
Yeah, but we don't need a battleship to do that. Our cruisers can fire a 5-inch round over the horizon and hit its target. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but our cruisers and destroyers don't have railguns.
Don't have what?
Railguns.
Well, okay, so what? We're only going to put them on this one class of ship?
If it
You,
works, I'm sure it'll go on other ships.
I suppose. And you're right. You might have to design the ship around the weapon in this case, because the issue we had before was these railguns were cracking the keels of ships when they fired with the giant force coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what's it's crazy is when you hear anyone who reads sci-fi or is into sci-fi stuff, you hear railgun, and you're picturing like a telephone pole of tungsten
Here's
being
the crazy thing. Trump's saying that these ships should take about 2.5 years to be built.
that's insane.
That's super fast.
Oh my God, yes. Especially if there's gonna be new technology on it because you know there's gonna be issues putting it together, right?
Oh, there was in the Ford class aircraft carrier.
Yeah, exactly. And that an aircraft carrier is a platform we've been working on. And well, there you go, Brian. Perfect example you just brought up there was the Ford class has an electromagnetic catapult, not steam, right?
Yep, they got rid of
That's
steam.
that's how railguns work
And
is
it
an
took, and they got
electromagnetic.
a the different weapons elevators too. They're using different technology for their weapons elevators.
Versus just like a cable and pulleys.
Yeah, I think it's running on electromagnetic stuff too.
Oof, really? All right, all right. Sounds like a massive energy draw for everything to be electromagnetic, but assuming you could dial in everything as well as you want to with your engineers and everything, you could move these things a lot faster. You know what I mean? With electromagnetism. And it's funny you say weapons elevators. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, I remember there was an issue with the weapons elevators. It took them forever to get certified. They're called advanced weapons elevators,
All right.
and
By the way, anyone listening while Brian reads and figures this out, a
they
weapons
are
elevator
they're
specific.
electromagnetic. They're using electromagnetic linear motors.
Okay.
This gives
All
them
right.
a higher speed and capacity and reduces moving
Yeah.
parts.
So we can move more ordnance
We can
and
move,
in less
each
time.
elevator can reportedly lift up to 24,000 pounds at 150 feet per minute, roughly double the capacity of the Nimitz class carrier elevators.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 24,000 pounds.
Yep,
A 24,000 pound bomb we want to deploy typically has to be attached to the aircraft before it leaves the United States at this point.
not anymore, not on the Ford class.
Yeah. And for anyone curious, because you weren't in the Navy, United States Navy, weapons elevator, you take ordnance from the armory and you bring it up to the flight deck in this elevator just for the weaponry. And then you have people bring it off and then they attach it to the aircraft to go
Right.
do their attack.
Because I remember when the first ship was being built, that was one of the things that was slowing it down was that electromagnetic uh, upgrade to technology.
Yeah,
So
just
the whole
trying to dial it in right.
yeah.
Uh, don't know how much everyone follows electricity and magnetism, but I've been fascinated about them forever. Uh, one watt put into your electromagnet can make a massive difference. You know, um,
Oh,
well, basically, electricity and magnetism are the same thing. You could take you could take electricity and run it in a coil around metal, and that's going to create a magnet out of the piece of metal. But you could also take a piece of metal and spin it around wiring, and that's going to induce electricity into the wiring. It's and there's an exact payoff. It's fascinating stuff. Tons of stuff can be done with this. That's basically how we're doing wireless charging.
right. Okay.
Uh, yeah, crazy tech. And the more we learn how to harness this before the bad guy does, like we always got to be two versions ahead of everyone else, right?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, like Japan's just now working on their fifth gen aircraft, and
Uh-huh.
we're getting ready for our sixth gen aircraft. Uh, oh, here we go, Brian. Your Navy Fed scam, and I just no, this just
Well, Navy Federal's taking it seriously because they're actually
good.
hiring attorneys to provide support for these people that have been scammed in the parking lot. So they're not these people aren't just getting like they're not representing themselves in these lawsuits, basically.
And this scam, once again, is you come out of the Navy Fed after doing business. Someone says, "Hey, man, I have an emergency. Can I use your phone for like 3 minutes?" Right?
Yeah,
And then they go
exactly.
out and take a loan in
And
your name from
transfer
your
it to
bank.
their
Like,
own account.
yeah. Now,
I don't
wouldn't
know
that
how they
leave a
do it because
would leave a
you
trail where the money
gotta
went?
with Navy Federal, you gotta like it takes a few steps to set up an external account to transfer the money out of the account, It's not like something that happens instantly.
Ah, you could Zelle it.
That's got to be what they're doing.
I mean, Zelle is easy. Are you familiar with the app?
I am. I use it all the time.
Yeah, similar to what yeah, okay, similar to what you did with the PayPal when you actually sent me a request, right?
Yeah.
Like this much. Uh, but like, come on, man. Why'd you put a password or a thumbprint on your phone if you're just gonna hand it to some rando?
I don't hand my phone to anybody to do stuff with.
And you know what? To get into my bank app, not only do you have to get into my phone, but then you need a password to get into my bank app.
Right. You need my face.
See, I prefer a password. Um, well, I can say no to giving you a password, even if you're got a drill in my leg, even though I probably wouldn't. I'd just say take all my fucking money.
Yeah.
But I can just hold up your phone to your face and get your face to unlock it. You know what I mean?
Not if I'm dead.
You sure?
I don't believe the shit you see on TV.
Why, it's still your face. Just or a thumbprint. I can just
Yeah.
force your thumb on it, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But why bother putting any of these fail safes on it if you're gonna sorry, no fail safes. Why bother putting any of these protections on if you're just gonna hand it off to someone after you've unlocked it? Like
Right. No,
you
no, yeah.
you just wasted your and I know you think you're being a nice guy,
Yeah. Helping people out.
but instead what you do is you say, all right, what's the number? I'll dial it.
Yep, exactly.
Boom, boom,
Uh-huh.
speakerphone. I hold it.
Oh,
You
I
can
don't
talk to
remember
him.
the number. I
Yeah, I hold it
need.
on speakerphone. You can
Well, if
talk
you don't
to him.
remember the number, you don't need my phone because I don't have their number in my phone.
Exactly. And this is what makes me feel the worst is Navy Fed to tell me this is all sailors, Marines, or family of, right?
Not anymore. They've branched out to the whole DoD.
Oh no,
Anybody in
kid,
the
they went like armed
DoD can become
forces.
member of of Navy Federal now. Yep.
All right. I had a Navy Fed account. I dumped that a long time ago. I don't even remember why. Something about it pissed me off. And I liked being part of the credit union, not a bank.
Yeah.
But it was something about it being a credit union. that drove me nuts. I think I was paying a fee every year to be part of a crate union or something stupid
Well, you
like
have to
that.
have the $5 thing in your savings account. It's not like a reoccurring thing.
I just
But
remember something about it drove me nuts. I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going over to Citizens. You
I
know,
had an issue with them. I switched to USA, and then eventually I switched back. So
Mm. Can I get an account again, or do I like, even though I didn't retire?
yeah, you're still eligible. You're still in the membership eligibility.
Man, thing is, there's no Navy Fed anywhere near me. I
Yeah,
say
everything's
that.
done online now.
I
So
was gonna say that, but there's no. There's a Citizens Bank near me, but it's not the same Citizens Bank that I'm a part of.
hmm
It's a private single ownership bank that's been
okay.
here since before Nationwide Citizens
Yeah.
showed up.
I mean, the
Turns
amount
out,
of times I actually go into I don't even go into a branch. I mobile deposit checks into my account, whether it's, I have a Wells Fargo account too, so I do mobile deposit, I transfer between banks and stuff.
Wells
So,
Fargo. I thought they got bought up by Bank of America, or was it the other
no,
way around?
no, Wells Fargo, um, got bought up by a company on the East Coast. I don't remember what the bank was, and they kept the Wells Fargo name. So it wasn't Bank of America though.
TD maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not even sure what they do. I know they have a banking system. The only reason why I even remember them and I even brought it up is because the what used to be the Boston Garden is now the actually it's the Boston Garden again. But TD bought it and it was the TD Center for a while, and then
Uh,
nobody liked it, so they changed the name back to the Boston Garden. They just put their ads everywhere. Ah, Boston Garden's been there forever, dude. That's where the Bruins play, the Celtics play.
yeah.
And check this out: Fenway Park is the oldest baseball field in the United States.
Huh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Surprised that the team doesn't want a new place to play.
Well, it's one of the original teams in baseball, just like the Bruins were one of the original 6 teams in the NHL. Problem is, where are they going to build a stadium in Boston? Like you'd have to be way out of Boston to build a stadium, and you already have this famous iconic park on oh my god, Yawkey Way and Lansdowne Street. Yeah, Lansdowne and Hockey, I think. And I know hockey means nothing to you. Yawkey Way, I'm sorry. Uh Yawkey was a Red Sox player. Shoot, they still got that giant wall in left field. I'm sure you're familiar with the Green Monster, right?
Yeah.
32-foot wall because they couldn't put the fence far enough away from home plate because of the road in the city. So much great history. That's the thing. So much awesome history in Boston, Massachusetts. And look
Right.
what they've become, dude.
Yep.
They're tearing down everything that was great about Massachusetts. And now they're like, oh, a bunch of racist Confederates wrote Jingle Bells in Mass. And I'm like, what the?
Okay.
Yeah. For the love of God, dude. All right. I don't care about the guinea pig thing in
No.
Australia. That anything you just want to talk about in general?
No, not on the show.
All right. Well, keep us busy for a minute while I set up my screen share and everything. My
It's
sound
already
share.
set. It's already up.
Well, now it is. Now I got to find my audio file. And all right, we can just do this back and forth while I get the music going, I guess. I don't know. I had fun. This is a good one, Brian.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fix
Merry
this one up.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
We're out.
Oh, I got to pee.